Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. As I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important. I'm just a question asker. My name is Raheen. I'm the question asker, and we're gonna get this thing started. I got with us this morning. Got my brother from another mother, but we got those same father. This is Badger. Good morning, Badger. How you doing?
Good morning, brother. Hope everyone's having a beautiful and blessed day. Remembers it's always a gift.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How was your weekend, brother?
It was awesome.
Okay. What you do the weekend? Do anything?
Oh, had some intelligent conversations as per norm, deep thinking, some homeschooling for the kiddos.
Okay.
Um, just a lot of things.
Okay.
Went to the Saturday night. I joined that white conservative group again.
Okay. How'd
That
that go?
uh went interesting as always.
Mm-hmm. Conversation with how deep was the conversation, and
Oh,
how
you
how
know me,
angry did
man. It
you?
it gets there.
Mm-hmm. Got you. Got you.
Um, it's kind of like learning. You know how sometimes on here a person can use a word or a phrase, and there
Mm-hmm.
can be a misunderstanding based on people's interpretation of it.
Yes.
So, like in some of the amendments that our country has, it uses words like shall. Most people think the word shall is what, maybe? Or, it's not a set in stone kind of word.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you go look up the definition, especially used in a legal term or a legal setting, you find out that no, shall is you're going to do it, meaning. Um, so there was like this big, huge argument over that, and it was the debate over, Trump trying to delay uh, the vote counting. Was it legal or not?
Mm-hmm.
And it was boiling down to words. They were trying to use the words, and then I'm like, you looked up the definition and went, "Oh, y'all, all of y'all are right. It was illegal." I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, I'm not pulling off of no Fox News website. I'm literally going to Congress.gov or the National Archives.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has access and can get the actual written amendment in the works right there in front of their face.
Wow. 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 Let me say good morning to a few people. I want to say good morning. A few of y'all got away from me, but good morning to Rex. Good morning to Richard. Good morning to what's that? I guess that's Black Power. Good morning to One Love. Good morning to what's that? C Boy. I guess that's C Boy. Please excuse me if I butcher your name. It's certainly not intentional, but good morning to each and every one of you. Good morning to you, and I hope you all are having a great day. Badger put something on my mind this morning, and I'm gonna ask y'all this question, and I want y'all to call in 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521, and ask the question. We got two. I think we got Tucson with us this morning. Tucson, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, I'm all right. How about yourself?
Hey, doing good, doing good. Why your phone sound a little distant on me?
Because I'm trying to correct some errors. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. It just how does it sound to you, Badger? It sound clear?
I can hear him pretty well.
Okay, cool,
It's
cool.
not as loud as it
You
normally
got
is, but should
Yeah,
be good.
yeah. It's not as loud as it normally
oh,
is, but we can still hear you. I'm gonna throw this question out there, man. Badger put something on my. We was talking a little bit. We came on air, and I'm gonna ask this question to Son. I want you to answer me this question. At what age? At what age does a person really becomes responsible for their thoughts, their mindsets, and their mindset and their actions?
At what you say at what age person is responsible for
No.
what?
At what age do a person becomes absolutely responsible for all their actions, thoughts, and what and how they do different things? At what age do a person become absolutely responsible for that? Is there an age?
So, well, if they graduate, if they just me, if mine graduated from high school,
Mm-hmm.
you should have had 12 years of education
Mm-hmm.
to function, to at least get started. You're at the point that you got to make some decisions in your life. I mean, you should be able to
Mm-hmm.
make some decisions in your life. You're either going to go to college, you're going to either get a job, you're going to go in the military, you might even want to get married. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But you should be able to at least have a start somewhere to make some logical decisions so that you can do for you.
Okay, see, I can agree with that, Tucson. I can agree with that. I'm gonna go to Badger, find out his mindset on this as well. I could agree with that if, and I say if, they had the proper backing. And Tucson, I know in your household you're gonna make sure that they have their proper backing, but not everybody have or had their proper backing. So if they were taught toxic things, mindset,
Right.
behaviors, and actions, at what point should they be able to shake that and say, well, you know what, man, what I've been taught all this time, man, I don't think it's right. At what age should they be able to shake that and go in a different direction?
I think that now you got a situation where I give you 3 more years.
Mm-hmm.
I give you 3 more.
Mm-hmm.
So 21.
Okay.
What's the age of no, I don't want to say accountability. When you become legal, what's the legal age?
See that's
18.
18. I think 18.
Depends on what state you're in.
Yeah, exactly.
But 18. Okay. So 21. 3 more years
Mm-hmm.
to sit there and shake the dust off,
Mm-hmm.
shake the negativity off,
Mm-hmm.
shake any unlearned behavior. It's gonna be hard, but if you try,
Mm-hmm.
you can make it. That's just me.
Okay. Let's go. Badger, what do you say to that? At what age should an individual be responsible for their own thoughts, ideas, and actions?
Should.
Yes. Very, very important word. Very important
Yeah,
word.
that is a very important word.
Mm-hmm.
That is personal perception, in my
Mm-hmm.
opinion. Because after all the conversations I've had in all kinds of different groups, the one thing I hear more than anything is expectations that is pushed onto other people.
Mm-hmm.
Expectations that's pushed on an individual from their surroundings.
Mm-hmm.
And we talk about things like that on this show all the time, where there's still these mentalities that still exist. And a lot of them, if you ask, it's all they've ever known.
Mm-hmm.
And we also talk about how the human mind can.
Badger, even if you grew up in a certain situation and that's all you've ever known, shouldn't you be able to, once you get out of that environment, shouldn't you be able to look around and say, hold on now, I don't know if that was right. I don't think if that was the proper way to do that or to act or to react. I don't know. Should you have that quote unquote come to Jesus moment where you say, man, look at here, man, that wasn't right. Mama
I
them
didn't
taught.
know. I didn't know I had a self-worth issue until I was about 32.
Wow.
So I didn't realize how much I was stuck in this mindset, um, a very toxic mindset, especially at myself, until I was in my early 30s.
Wow.
So should I have known better in my 20s? Sure, but I wasn't around anyone that helped,
Okay.
and there wasn't nothing that grabbed my attention
Mm-hmm.
that got me out of that mindset.
Wow.
So, and I know many, many people, and I've come across a lot of people who, now, even though I have a caring heart for other people, I just didn't have one for myself because I didn't know any better.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So, is that an excuse? Should I have known better?
Is
If
that an
you want
excuse, Andrew? You asked the question, so let me pose that to you. Is that an
to,
excuse?
I used to think it was. There are certain situations I'm coming to realize as a human being that there's a difference between an excuse and a mindset if you're surrounded by it in your community. Because when you're surrounded by a certain thing in your community, and you might come across one person, and everyone has outcasted that one person because that one person is a whole different thinker. They're a thinker. And the rest and everyone else around them just don't want nothing to do with them. Why would you want to be like that one person? Wouldn't you want to fit in with the crowd so you wouldn't be
Um,
alone?
now, if you asking me, my answer is a little different. I'm a little strange when it comes to stuff like that, man. I
Oh,
wouldn't want, yeah, I no, I wouldn't want to just I've never been one to just want to fit in. I'm always been the one that either I'll be by myself because it's weird that you say that. Even when I was younger and I got my first car, my brothers, man, I see them, man, and they're younger than me. I see them, man, and they'll have two, three, four people in the car with them. They riding around in their little car and everything. I'm riding around by myself. I said, where y'all going? And I said, okay, I'll meet y'all there. I didn't want to be in the quote unquote crowd. I want to be by myself, man. Because like I said, if I go somewhere and I see this little sweet little thing, man, I want her to ride with me. I want her to make sure that she's in the car with me. It's just she and I, we comfortable. And that's just one of the reasons. I just never been a follow the crowd type individual. Rico, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Man, you know, I'm grateful to be out here for another beautiful day, man. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you, brother. Definitely good to have you with us. Asking the question, Rico. At what age should an individual be responsible for his or her own thoughts, reactions, and how they carry and conduct themselves?
Hey, your volume real low. I think it might just be on the phone line. I ain't too sure, but I can barely hear anything you were about to say, but I heard Donald real good.
Okay, let me see here. Let me see. Can I fix that a little
So
bit?
if you can ask me that again,
Okay.
I could probably hear you a little better, but I ain't been able to hear y'all too good.
Okay. At what age? At what age? Hold on. Turn it out. Is that better? You hear me better now?
Yeah, that's better though.
Okay. Yeah, I had to turn my volume.
Yeah.
I had to turn out. At what age, Rico, should an individual be responsible for his or her own actions, thoughts, mindset, and the way they carry and conduct themselves? At what age should they be responsible for that?
I mean, they should be responsible when they know better. I don't even want to put an age on it because there's going to be certain things they should know at certain ages that from that point on they should, be responsible for it.
Mm-hmm.
Like knowing your address. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's levels to everything. But now the way you sort of posed the question earlier, I think when you was asking Donald about getting up in life and then learning that you've been doing something a certain way and all of a sudden it's wrong. And I'm gonna say it depends on how deeply distracted or addicted you are to the way of life that you have learned. Because if that way of life worked for you and succeeds, then it's going to be hard for you to break away from it. I mean, a lot of people say if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So if that way of life and your value system is succeeding in that way of life, if you want to be the best game banger ever, then it's going to be hard for somebody to tell you when you 30 or 40 years old that you need to quit twisting up the alphabet and doing gang sign and crip walking. You still influencing your children. You get what I'm saying? So I mean, you know, you really can't put an age limit on it when it's something that people love. You know, now if you want to just speak on righteousness and responsibility and maturity, you know, elevation to a more progressive way of life, a positive way of life, I'll say you still can't really put an age on it because there is a certain age that people get saved. I mean, you know, you can ask that same question. What is it too old to get saved?
Yeah.
Or should you be saved at a young age?
That's good. That's good. Okay. That's good. Tucson, talk to me, brother. What do you say to that? That's a good question because I've seen people in 60s and 70s.
We're going to hit the twist on it. Because even with that, it's not really a certain age.
Hey, Tucson.
It's just when you accept it.
Hey, Tucson.
The reality of whatever you're doing.
Hey, Tucson.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. It's extremely loud, though. Is it real loud on y'all?
Yep. I hear Rico.
Yeah, there's a background sound that's really
I hear
loud.
Rico real good, but
there you go.
You and Badger, I can't.
There you go. There was a background. There was a background noise. Yeah, it's better. It's better now. There was a background noise, real bad, like you had your window rolled down.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can. I'm in this car and I'm trying to function. But Rico hit a nail on the head. Okay, here's the thing. And when you accept the reality of, I think he was talking about being saved. When you accept the reality of it, there you go. You can be 9. Okay? Now, what I thought, you can take a person from any background, any walk of life, anywhere, any parenthood, any place in the country, at least, or put him in the military, train to 8 weeks, and make him a soldier.
Yeah.
He can be a terrible kid. He can be whatever you want him to be, or whatever he was, and they'll take him and mold him and shape him, and give him discipline to make him to lead him in the path to be a leader in the military force. Any kid. So how long does it take? It depends on the individual. You can make life hard, or you can listen and make it, at least bearable. It's up to you.
Tucson, do you think everybody wants to do better? Do you think
in their own, it depends on what they think better is. Because some people look at having a lot of money is better. Some people think that having a car or a nice house or a relationship or even religious belief better. And you can have a religious belief and they'll cause you to commit suicide.
Come on.
Ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? So it depends on what you think is better. They got some people that think that better is, hey, I'm gonna just sit down and play video games all day long.
Wow. 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. Asking the question, at what point should a person become responsible for their own actions, interactions, how they react and act and conduct themselves as a quote-unquote adult? And I love what Rico said. He said, let's look at it as being saved. I've seen people in their 50s and 60s, 70s sometime, walk down an aisle to become saved. They've lived their whole life, quote-unquote, unsaved, if you will, and they decide at that ripe age that they want to be saved. They want to change their lives. So is there really any age? Is there an age? Or do you just wake up one day and realize, man, this ain't right? I've been living this lifestyle all this time, man. Mama them used to live like this. Daddy them used to, my brothers, my sisters, my cousins, all of us live like this. But it's just not right. Badger is just not right. At what age should you?
Well, see, and that's like when we brought up. Why do I hear an echo? You know what I was talking to you about beforehand. You know, talking about somebody famous that did some evil things. And at what point is that person really responsible?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you bring it, there's a thing that we talk about that science discusses more and more, finding out how the brain works. Trauma, brain. You can either talk about brain trauma from car accident, or toxic atmosphere. You know, you've got the I say use of men because they are hounded most of their life that they're only supposed to get married once, and they have to deal with that abusive husband because of a belief system that was pushed onto them for so long. And when we talk about a person like that, you know, it's there's a lot of compassion towards them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people are trying to get them to think differently. But until it's able to click, they stay in that kind of relationship. So at that point, could it be viewed as an excuse or whatever someone wants to call it? But up until that point, are they responsible for the choices that they're making? Because if they were brought up like that from a child, and that's the only thought process that they were ever introduced to, how are they supposed to make a different choice?
I say, and I'm gonna go to Rico with this as well, but I say that you have to, one point in time, you have to look at what you're doing, how you're doing, and your actions, reactions, and the way that you live in your life. You have to look at it. You have to take time and self-evaluate. And if you do a self-evaluation of yourself, and you realize a real, true self-evaluation, not a little play thing, but a real, true self-evaluation of yourself, you'll realize, man, maybe that just ain't right.
Well,
I should have done that. I should not have done that.
Before you go to Rico, isn't that normally taught to someone on how to do that?
Sometimes, yes. Other times, the person will have to really just take time and look at their own life and what they're doing.
So that's a situational thing.
It can be. Okay, Rico, what do you say to that, brother?
Yeah, man. Sometimes people just can't get right.
Yeah.
It's hard for them to figure it out because they were never primed with the basic tools to even begin and to learn how to problem solve or reason. You know, and sometimes that's a gift. But sometimes people have to sit you down and actually show you the process to putting two and two together to get both, or to breaking down a situation and understand how one thing came from another.
Exactly.
So, you know, I remember, man, about 10 or 12 years ago, God Richard Stone, I don't want to bring this up because I used to look at him about this. But it was this guy that my younger cousins and some of the younger guys in the neighborhood used to sort of look up to. You know, he was one of the guys that people used to be like, oh, man, he got that money.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he'd take the fellows out and pay for everybody's food. And so, you know, when you got money, people assume that you must know something.
Mm-hmm.
But I know better than that. I know just because you got money, you ain't got to know nothing. You can just be a good hustler.
Yeah.
So we were sitting there looking at Discovery Channel, looking at Bama's Son, where the Alabama people from Alabama was digging for gold.
Mm-hmm.
And they were showing a diagram of how people can tell where to search when they're digging for this gold, and how they even knew to come now. That I'm gonna say the opportunity was, or the potential was great for gold to be in this place, and they actually found it. So he was sitting there looking at it and listening to the man, the narrator speaking. He said, "Oh, gold come from the earth."
Wow.
Man, this dude was like 32 years old.
Mm.
Now I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. You the influencer of all these young guys. You the one that spit all the knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
And I sit back and listen to what he said. And I'm like, he talking goofiness. But, you know, they listening to him, and then he said, oh, gold come from the earth.
Wow.
31 years old. I was like, yeah, I said diamond too.
Mm-hmm.
He said, oh, diamonds come from the earth too? I was like, wow. And over these years, man, over these decades, I started realizing, man, that, you know what, my expectations can make me start assuming and judging people.
Mm-hmm.
Assuming and judging and expecting them to be at a certain place because I am, or other people are. And then, see, that can be harmful, because we can get around people and be out of place, and they know things we don't know, and it makes us feel bad.
Yep.
So we'll assume or have this expectation for people to think they should be at a certain place in life, and we're really judging them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't know. It'll make us say they're using things as an excuse.
Exactly.
Instead of using things as look at they are the way they are because of a reason.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you say an excuse, most times people use an excuse to deflect from their part and off on something else, on the reason why something happened.
Mm-hmm.
But now when you can accept responsibility and say, this is the reason why I did it, that ain't no excuse. You just know it. You just acknowledge where that came from, where life come from. But see, sometimes people don't even understand how to get to that point.
Yeah.
Why did I do this? Why did I act this way?
Mm-hmm.
Why did they do this? Why are they in this situation? So I asked myself, why didn't he know that gold came from the earth? Instead of embarrassing him, I had to understand that there was certain situations in his life that to the point where this was something he just didn't pick up in science in school.
Mm-hmm.
He was one of them that didn't pay attention.
Exactly.
He had a different value system.
Mm-hmm.
So when you grow up in an environment and your value system in that environment or is built on how you need to survive in that environment, that's what you're going to focus on.
Yeah.
And sometimes people just don't know what you know. So it's convenient for us to assume or expect everybody to be at a certain place, instead of just trying to realize that sometimes people might not just be right.
If we realize a lot of time and we find out that somebody, quote unquote, just ain't right, do we even take the time or put in any effort at all to correct them or to address what it is, or we just let it go by because, you know, man, it ain't my problem. I hope they get it one day. Do we take that attitude?
Well, it depends on if they're willing to learn.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, when I addressed that guy that said that about the gold, you know, I started giving him some knowledge. I was like, man, I said, you know, that's the reason why you have to understand why you buying the things that you wearing around your neck. I said, man, y'all buying and spending money on things and don't even know where it comes from or why it's even valuable.
Mm-hmm.
And I just blew their mind with that.
Mm-hmm.
Because they all of them had on jewelry. You know what I'm saying? But they didn't even know where it came from. So why do you value jewelry?
Just throwing their money away.
It was a real a thought-provoking moment.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was open to receive that. Because I'm pretty sure when he learned that at that time, you know, and I broke it down, and that was something that they teach you in 3rd or 4th grade science, then, you know, he probably felt like, man, you know what, I'm going to make sure that I don't drop the ball with my children like this, because I'm pretty sure he was sort of embarrassed.
Yeah. That's good. That's good. Let me go to Mary. Mary, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How are you?
Hey, doing good. Mary, asked the question this morning. At what age should a person take, in a nutshell, take responsibility for their own thoughts, actions, and the way that they act and react with other people and how they conduct themselves? At what age should they take their responsibility, regardless of how they was raised or what they was taught at a younger age?
I think it varies from person to person.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's some people that are mature at a young age that know what they're doing and understand what they're doing. And once you know and you understand understand what you're doing and the effect that it has on people, then you're accountable.
Mm-hmm. Do they take ownership of their actions at the age you just said, or the person that you're speaking about right now? Do they do a lot of times? Do they take ownership of their actions?
Depends on the person.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people probably not, because that at that age you're still a child.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a 10-year-old knows what they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
but it's not them that gets called into the office when they do something at school. It's them with mom and dad. So I think most people probably not, because of the age you are.
Mm-hmm.
Around the time that you start to understand, okay, what I'm doing is hurting somebody, but I don't care, I'm doing it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say no, most people don't, but most adults don't either.
Mm-hmm.
Most adults blame their trauma for whatever they're feeling, and that's not. I feel like once you are an adult, you can't blame your trauma no more. It's time to heal from that. Either you're gonna heal from it, or you're gonna just thrive in that place.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. To start, is it sometimes that a person or people sometimes they just get so comfortable in their mess, if you will, that they're not interested in trying to fix it or heal or nothing like that. They're comfortable in their mess, and they're gonna live in that mess until their period comes.
Well, it depends on how much they was traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
I hear people sometimes reflect on the past, and it shows up 20 years later,
Mm-hmm.
after they have escaped it. You see it, you hear it in their conversation, their frustration. This happened to me when I was a kid, and now I just, well, is that a healing? Have they healed from that, or are they still affected? Of course they are. I believe they are, because it's showing up. So there are some things that you're going to have to get past, and then kind of, like you said, reevaluate, reexamine where you are and how you think about things. Shake some things off and move on. Otherwise, you repeat the cycle over and over and over and over and over
Absolutely.
again. Every time something happens that almost looks like it, the same frustration comes out. The same reaction. That's why some people, they repeat relationships. I'm guilty, guilty. Because time you do what that person did, here I go again. Mad. Now I got to start all over again.
Again, yes.
Because I hadn't got over it the first time. Yeah, I'm just saying. And so I don't know. You got people that are, we would think that they're smart, intelligent, they're leaders. And you find out that they got hang-ups too. And they just won't let things go. So they repeat, and then they lead other folks just like them.
Yep.
So you got a bunch of blind people in ditches.
Wow. Badger, what do you say to that? Mute your phone, Tucson. We got a little background noise coming from your line. Mute your phone for me. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Talk to me.
There's an echo. I don't know where it's coming from.
Might be your phone line. In your line there. I don't hear it. I don't hear it on my end.
It's probably just mine. I don't know. So while talking about on this topic of things and talking about when does a person not let not let things like that let trauma control them. It also seems to me that it depends on the topic.
Mm-hmm.
Because in a general sense, most of the time people are going to say that you should be able to work through it and let it go.
Mm-hmm.
On other topics, though, that's not so easy. And I can bring up a couple of.
Go ahead, brother.
Race.
Mm-hmm.
Dealing with racism. At what point does a person need to let that go and not control them?
Mm-hmm.
If it's around them all the time, how are they supposed to let it go?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you take that concept and add it to abuse and all kinds of other things that's associated with folks that are evil like that are teaching kids to behave a certain way. Where's the line?
Mm-hmm.
Because it always seems like people draw lines on saying what's an excuse and what's not, what's acceptable to hold on to, what's not acceptable to hold on to. So if people that are dealing with trauma or dealing with certain kinds of situations, you know, once they become an adult, they're supposed to not let that pop.
Mm-hmm.
Then where's the line?
Okay. Let's ask Rico that very question. When you're dealing with something along those lines, say racism or something like that, and they say get over it, but like you said, how can you get over it when it's in your face every day? Rico?
I mean, you can't get over it. I mean, if it exists, you know, if it impacts you, and it definitely does impact us in different ways, you know. So it's a topic that can't be avoided, and it's an issue and an experience that ain't gonna go away because it's still here.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Say it again.
No, go ahead. I was agreeing with you. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I sort of lost my train of thought, man, because I was thinking about the fact that you know how sometimes, man, there's levels to pretty much everything that we go through, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes people can get on past something like y'all was saying, or it gets to a certain point where you can't use a trauma as an excuse or whatever, and that's true. But now it also depends on what type of therapy or how did you receive your therapy? What type of therapy did you get?
Mm-hmm.
Did you therapy? Did you medicate yourself through drugs? Did you get psychological therapy? What was your coping mechanism? Did you put a wall up? You know, did you focus on money and get selfish and say, well, you know what, I'm gonna stop trusting people. I'm not gonna have sympathy for people anymore. I'm not gonna have. If I made it, they can make it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you could still come out dysfunctional in your process of getting over that trauma. You know what I'm saying? But the correct way. Or maybe you don't understand that you're still performing or being dysfunctional because but you're a nasty person.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe you still don't realize. You know, I've heard people say all the time they can look at their parents and see the flaws that their parents had and find things that they dislike about them. They'll say, man, I ain't going to be like that. I ain't going to be like that.
Yep.
And they won't be like that parent on that one thing. But there's so many other things, they got the exact same flaws. And guess what? Subconsciously, they don't even realize. They don't even realize. So it's like, even when you do identify some of the things that you know you don't want to have, or some of the traits or behaviors that you don't want to possess, you can also be portraying those behaviors and not realize it, trying to overcompensate, trying to obsess with making sure you don't appear to be this way. I don't never want to be broke again. So what you gonna do to not be broke?
How you gonna fix it?
What's your level of making sure you won't be broke like them people, or like you what it was in the past? Are you willing to do something strange for a piece of change? Are you willing to go to college and go the extra mile? Are you going to do it a positive way, or a way with integrity? Or are you going to get it by any means necessary? You get what I'm saying? See, that's so many different ways people can just get over their trauma. But still, at the same time, how are you getting over it? Because you still might be leading yourself down another path of dysfunction when now you're feeling bad because you've been showing your body to everybody. But as long as you thought it was okay, as long as you were making money, then you entered the women into it, including your own daughters. That stripper lifestyle. That self sex trafficking yourself lifestyle. That use what you got to get that money girl lifestyle. You know, I think that's what happens. I think some women say that they turn out to be that way because of trauma that happened to them in the past. So they ended up being promiscuous. That was their way of getting over it. How long can you use that as an excuse?
Exactly.
Or a reason?
Exactly. Let me see here. Let me go to Tucson. Tucson, talk to me, brother. And again, I'm asking the question, man. Do you think people really even care?
Well, we're selfish. I mean, but Rico brought something out. You traumatize the trauma that already and pass it on. Traumatize the trauma to try to ease the pain. So you accused sexually, and so now, well, I can't go there because it's familiar. You just do it for entertainment to kind of make yourself feel better. Yeah. So anyway, I had to shake that up. About so many. You know what? I'm confused a little bit because I've never seen so many people, especially now since we got TikTok. I think it's TikTok. That everybody's shaking their tail feathers. Mothers and daughters and granddaughters in the same line.
See, Tucson, I think you about to take a turn on us, brother.
I almost did, but
I
went on and stopped at the red light. Well, I'm just saying that where did we go wrong? You're talking about making wise decisions. In the society we live in, did we go to the left or to the right? Where did we make wise? Somebody, the leader of the bunch of us, if society has turned into what it is and it's so jacked up, if it is, who made that decision? It's the people. Because everybody will do not everybody, but a lot of people will do just about anything for fame and fortune.
Yeah.
Or that 30-second like. Or share. Think of something. I mean, we have a society full of it. And they're doing anything. It don't make no difference what it is. They expose themselves. So when you talk about rights, when are we going to make one?
Yeah.
I'll wait.
Yeah. I hope. How you say it? I hope it's coming soon. Toya with a T. Good morning. No, sorry. Go ahead, Tucson.
No, we need to because we know this society and what we live in. So where's the turn to the right?
Yeah. Absolutely. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd definitely love to have your input. Toya with a T. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. Good to have you, sister. We're asking a question. At what age should a person become responsible for their own actions, regardless of how they grew up or what they was taught, maybe some toxic teaching that they was taught growing up? At what age should a person take responsibility for their own actions, reactions, and how they interact and conduct themselves? At what age, Toya?
ASAP. If you around me, three.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you ain't gonna keep leaving stuff on the floor, clean up after yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't no need in having them just wandering around aimlessly. And then now all of a sudden, boom, when they 16, now you gotta be responsible. No, you responsible out the womb. You just got stages and levels of what you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
But you should always be taught to assume responsibility. You know, there's a psychological technique. And they say when you let like 2-year-old, 3-year-old sleep in the bed, a big bed by themselves, independent, like in their brain, like they just be independent from letting them sleep in the bed by themselves and not letting them sleep with you.
Mm-hmm.
So if we're teaching them that, what's wrong with teaching them to be accountable? And I think that's where we drop the ball. You know, we let kids do whatever they want to do. And then when they 14, now it's like, you got to teach you structure, and that's backwards to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how you train anything. You know what I'm saying? So I think as humans, we got this tendency to where we let people kind of do what they want to do. Example. I'm at work yesterday. The little girl say, well, they said that I don't do that work that good, but they don't tell me to do anything, and whatever they tell me to do, I do. But they say I don't do a good job. And I was like, well, what do you think happened? She said, well, yesterday I had my headphones in, and my manager, he came to me, kind of joking and playing, and he said, take my headphones out, but I kept on putting them back in. I said, well, how old are you? She said 19. I said, you supposed to have headphones in at school? No. I said, so what make you think you're supposed to have headphones in at work?
Mm-hmm.
She said, well, he wasn't mean when he said it. He did play. I said, so you wanted him to be mean? She said, no. I said, well, look here, ma'am. You're an adult.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody finna be coming you 12, 13, 17 times after they told you one time. So now you're mad because he went and got his boss. I said, so when they sat down and talked with you, were they mean? No, they wasn't mean. But I'm just saying. I said, so help me understand what you don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I explained to her, you get paid to do a job. You are not a child. And nobody finna keep talking to you 17 times because it is up to you. When somebody tell you to do something, you do it. And if not, you get fired. And then she was like, oh. Well, that does make sense. But I already know your mom ain't teaching you no accountability at home.
Mm-hmm.
Everything. Oh my baby, I'll get this to my baby. Oh, let me go talk to them. Oh. Like no. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that's again because this day and age, parents do everything for the. We cater them with everything. And then here at 20, they don't even know how to make a doctor's appointment because we're so busy not teaching them accountability.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Wow. Mary, what's on your heart? And that's true. That's true because it's a responsibility, and it has to be passed on. And you have to teach each other that level of responsibility and how you're supposed to act and conduct yourself. Did you hear the echo? No, I didn't hear no echo. Anybody hear an echo? Does anybody hear an echo?
Yeah, I heard it right here.
I don't hear one. I'm good.
Okay. Mary, what's on your heart? Talk to me. Huh?
Well, I'm just listening. I agree with Toya though.
Mm-hmm. See, but look at now. See, Toya.
Yes. Don't do it. Don't do it. Do it.
Don't do it. Okay. Okay.
I know you.
Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Okay, I'm not gonna do it. Tucson, talk to me. Rico, coming to you next, brother.
How many young folks got parents as friends wrong crazy. And then they go to, they go to the point where, get to the point where they go out together, they party together, they drink together, they smoke together. They even date together, double date with their children. That don't even sound right. I had to say it country. They're chilling.
The children, they're chilling. Y'all leave the children alone.
Yeah, me and my daughter going on a double date.
Mm.
And we both single.
Mm. That sound like a mess. That sound like a mess there, Tucson.
I don't know, but it happens.
Yeah.
You even got. Oh, now you're surprised because your boyfriend and your daughter then hooked up, or your boyfriend or girlfriend or your and your mama is seeing them on the side. We got to do so many different avenues. Don't even have to go there. But you're talking about making good decisions. We have friended and pampered our children to the point where don't fuss at them. Don't, and you shouldn't. I try not to raise my voice, but I mean what I say, even when I'm joking.
Mm-hmm.
Even when, and I do that a lot. I think you know that.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
I think I might have a few screws that might be perhaps, but it may be. Might be a little loose. But I'm no fool. I'm not stupid. I'm not stupid. And I see society as it is. It's almost a joke. It's almost you have to laugh to keep from crying. Because from whatever walk of life you see,
Come on.
Everybody these days, you want to be famous, you're looking for a title, position, you're looking for money, you're looking for somebody to appreciate you. And you don't even appreciate yourself when you're all alone. Because you got some void that you know that's missing. But you don't want to be exposed for being fake in the first place.
Wow. Anybody have anything else they want to say on this topic right here before we move on? I got a question before we get to our topic of the day. Anybody got anything they want to add to this? Rico, I said I was going to come to you next. Brother.
Yeah, man. I'm thinking about the word should. When we use that word, that means there is an expectation.
Yes.
That somebody ought to be somewhere in a certain place. There's an expectation for something. It should be there. But the thing is we as humans have to understand that sometimes we have too many high expectations of other people, of other human beings. But we have to understand why we would prefer to have these expectations. And it's because it's convenient. It takes us, it would give us less time to have to observe these people and pay attention. We can just assume by these high expectations that I know they ain't touching their children. I know they ain't beating on their children. I know that's a good mother. We don't want to, the court system don't want to take children from mothers because we know all mothers are good mothers. We have a high expectation of mothers that have children. We have a high expectation of what a man should be. But maybe our expectations are too high because it's easier and more convenient to want to assume or have these expectations that that's the way something should be. So I was thinking, because me and Tori had a conversation late last night, and I was telling her about this TikTok video. I sent it to her, sent it to you too. And it was a woman that had a child standing on a box with a top of something in his mouth, a chuck, I don't know what it was. And everybody want to go viral, so she pulled out her phone and go to recording. Just like this other girl I seen lost her child, and then when she found the child was in the toilet stool.
Good Lord.
In the toilet, and she take a picture and put it on Facebook. I'm like, wait a minute, that could have ended wrong.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't no viral moment. You should be ashamed. So this woman, she recording her child on this box, bouncing. Unstable box, empty box. She tell her daughter, boo, get him down for he fall. See, so that let me know she had an expectation. She had an expectation for her daughter, or for that child, to pull her slack.
Yep.
She was putting her responsibility off on her daughter to stop the baby from bouncing and falling, and that baby could have failed and choked. Now, the baby didn't fall and choke, but it could have went sideways. It could have went totally different. And so we started talking, and then Toya told me about this little boy that stabbed his sister. The baby still alive. And he had bad intentions. He said that he tricked his mama, made his mama think he was responsible at 11 years old.
Yeah.
Stabbed up
They
his
told
sister.
the babysitter to leave too. Don't forget, Rico. He tricked the babysitter into leaving early so he can do it.
Wow.
Yeah, everybody looked at him as being responsible. Oh yeah, he's 11 years old. He was responsible. So then I started looking because I thought she may have been confusing it with this wrestling situation. So I saw in 1999, and then I think in 2001, 2 young males killed their young siblings, 5 and 6 years old, doing wrestling moves on them. And so many more instances where parents go to the store and they leave the oldest child there to be responsible, to pick up their slack, to be responsible for what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, you know, and so we have to ask ourselves as adults, when we say a person should be here or should be there in life, we have to understand that sometimes we might be having too many expectations of people.
That's good. That's good. Anybody else have anything before we move on?
The comment Toya made about I think what 19-year-old.
Yeah.
that had to be explained like they were in school. How to take a positively enforced rule. So essentially what I'm saying is this is a 19-year-old who I assume finished high school. So they went through school and all that stuff. Yet had to be explained why they got in trouble at work because of headphones. So this is 2 years away from what someone says should be considered an adult, 21. Well, if they finish school and all that stuff, shouldn't they know better?
Well, see, and that's the whole thing right there. You would think so, or would want to assume that they do, but it's not always that way. Again,
So up
I have
until
to say assume.
Toya, and that's only if that person accepts what Toya said. Their brain accepts it. They didn't know any better all the way up until the age of 19. What happens if they go home, tell their mom and their friends what happened? She ends up leaving the job because her surroundings are telling her you should be able to do whatever you want. There's too many scenarios of situations like that.
Yeah, exactly, and there is. And what if that person had not had the experience of having a Toya in their life, and she corrected them, and hopefully put them on the right path? Had they gone 20, 30, 40 years and not had that experience, they would still have the same mindset. So, we have to thank God for the people that we come in contact with sometimes. We'll put another question out there. And this is just a fun teaser right here, basically. This is just a fun teaser. Because I've seen it on social media a lot. Mary.
I'm listening.
What goes on grits? What do you
What
put?
goes on grits?
Yeah, what do you put on your grits? Some people put, butter, margarine. What go on grits?
Well, you put butter in it when you cook it, so I'm not gonna say that. But I put cheese and syrup in mine. So
Okay. Rico, what you put on your grits, brother?
Well, I got to make sure them bad boys season. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, with the butter and the little salt. You know what I'm saying? From the very beginning, not too much salt. The butter might take care of it.
Mm-hmm.
But then, man, that addict in me got to throw that sugar on that bad boy, man. I got to put some sugar in the grits sometimes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Badger, what you put on your grits?
Cheese, black pepper, and salt.
Okay. Toya with a T? Toya, your line on mute. No. You might have stepped away for a second. Tucson, what you put on your grits?
Just salt, pepper, and butter.
Okay.
Sometimes cheesy grits.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I used to have sugar on it when I was a kid. Oh dear.
Look here, I must still be a kid, brother, because I put that butter, that margarine, whatever it is, and that sugar. Man, I'm good to go. Or a lot of times now I use honey. Though I put instead of sugar, I put the honey on it. But I still put that margarine, that butter, stir it up real good. Put that honey on top of it, stir it in there real good, bro. I'm good to go. Yeah, counsel it, cause I got it. Toy, you want to see you back with us? Toy, you want to see you back with us? Okay. I'm gonna move this thing on, and
I don't think there's too many people on here. I ain't gonna say salt and pepper, cheese, or sugar. One of them three.
Yeah, exactly.
All of the above. I'm gonna say all of the above.
Yeah, because most people, there was a big debate going on, and some people say that you're not supposed to put sugar on grits. You ain't supposed to put no sugar. I put sugar on my grits, man. I that's what I do. I put well, like I said, now it's the honey, but at the same time, it's the sweetener, and I put that on. Mm-hmm.
Once again, it's that word should and supposed.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everybody has their own level of taste. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's I hear people say that all the time. You ain't supposed to put this on that. You ain't supposed to put ketchup on eggs. Don't get me wrong. I don't put no ketchup on no eggs.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, I don't understand who said that was an etiquette protocol.
Exactly.
For sugar, salt, and pepper, cheese to go on grits. You get what I'm saying? Because I know good and well I ain't finna eat them plain.
Mm-hmm. No. There's not, ain't no in the world I can eat them plain, brother. But I'm gonna tell you one thing that I do, and people think it's some people think it's weird, but it is what it is. But in the morning, on my eggs, man, I sprinkle some hot sauce on them, man. I sprinkle hot sauce on my eggs in the morning, and that's what I like. Some people tell me that's weird, man. Why you mess up? Well, the chicken, you put hot sauce on chicken. Why can't you put it on eggs? I'm just weird like that. I am just weird like that. Let me go to Tucson. What's the best? And this is not a topic with them. I'm throwing a couple of teasers out there. But Tucson, what is the best way in your life of living? What's the best way to correct somebody when you know they're doing wrong? If you know them or don't know them, what's the best approach? Or do you do it?
Well, you gotta have some kindness, and you gotta think about you.
Mm-hmm.
You can't correct nothing if you ain't got it straight.
Mm-hmm.
You better not. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we try to correct somebody from a critical state, and you don't know nothing about it because you hadn't been there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't be forceful. You can only suggest. You can only suggest.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I meet people from all across, but been there, done that. They're doing this, that, and the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
So what I do is I think about me and how many things that I've needed to correct. And the way that I do is let them know, okay, let me just suggest this to you, but
Mm-hmm.
this is not gonna work out good.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm telling you that it's not gonna work out good, because I didn't try that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And so now I'm just telling you that I'm playing catch up because I didn't want to listen.
Mm-hmm.
So let me just point out to you how I believe that this is going to turn out,
Mm-hmm.
and then you make your choice, and I'll walk away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.
Probably the last thing I'll say is, and let's see how that work out for you.
Yeah. Yeah, that, that's coming in there now. That's coming in there. Yeah, that's gonna be a part of it.
That's part of the conversation.
Yes, sir.
Because you leave it out there for them because they're not saying you being demanding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because you can't make nobody do anything.
Yeah.
Anybody, you know, I see people go to AA and rehab, and they come out strung out.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to make your own decision when you want to heal
Mm-hmm.
or recover or have a different mindset. It's gonna be up to you.
Yeah.
So when you get to the point where you evaluate your situation, look at it
Realistically.
and you keep on. Either you make a turn
Mm-hmm.
or you keep doing what you're doing, and let's talk 6 months from now.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. And when you say evaluate your situation, you got to do it realistically, though. You got to realistically evaluate your situation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's just good. That's good. Badger, how do you correct somebody if you see them doing wrong? You know they're doing wrong. How do you approach them? If you know them or don't know them, how do you approach them? How do you correct them, or do you even do it at all?
Man, that's going to be dependent. You know, I gave a scenario of the conversation I had.
Mm-hmm.
Saturday night where a person was arguing over what they thought a word meant.
Mm-hmm.
And until they actually understood what the word actually meant and the context that it was used in, they couldn't see anything different.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes you gotta plant the seed.
Mm-hmm. That's good. That's good.
Sometimes you can be very blunt, straightforward, and help correct them. So I think it'd be very dependent on the person that's receiving it. Are they closed-minded, open-minded? Are they in the mindset? You know, you're less than, I'm better than,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and different things like that. Or in the mindset of, I'm not going to listen to anything because you're not this, and this. So therefore you are not able to understand.
Mm-hmm.
Or relate.
Mm-hmm. That's
You know,
good.
and people do that to other people all the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Before you were to do that, how do you correct somebody if you see them doing wrong and it's an experience that you've had and you know what it could do or how it could disrupt their whole existence? How do you correct them to where you would see, or do you even do it at all?
Ask them why you doing that. That's what we do now. We tease old people. Oh, that's what we do now. We supposed to do this, that, and the third. I ain't never been scared.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody or nothing, not no kid. No, I don't give a listen. You have a pistol. It don't make no difference. I'm gonna ask you why you doing that. What's the purpose? What's the point? What's the reason? You know that's not how we do that, right? See, I'm a manager for a reason because I got heart. And either you don't know, or you don't care. And I ain't scared to ask neither one. Now, there's some moments, because you got to let God lead you too. If
Mhm.
they told you, don't you worry about it, mind your business. I'm like, all
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
because I'm going to be the first one to say something.
Mhm.
And then sometimes I know that it's an opportunity just for me. Oh, the Lord let you do that in front of me, so I say something. Come here, young man, sir, ma'am, let's come in. Let me say something. You know that's not what we do, right? Why you got your pants hanging down like that? You know that's not how you represent a king. That's not how a king's supposed to look. Why you got all them lashes on your face like that, girl? You ain't got to do all that. Come up in here, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever it is. Just like the young lady with the headphones. You know that's wrong.
Mhm.
So why did you do it?
Mhm.
Oh, well, I didn't understand. Well, please understand that this is your job to take. Did they tell you to do that? No. So then you need to stay in your lane. And then I had to break it down to her. If they don't feel like you a good worker, it's two ways. When you want more money and they feel like you're not doing the job. So you make yourself more of a commodity by one of two ways. You be the hardest worker or the smartest, most educated one. Which one you gonna do? You ain't but 20, so you ain't got the education. So you got to be a hard worker so you can do what you want to do. What you gonna do?
Mhm.
Either you don't know or you don't care. But you have to. And so many people nowadays, they scared to say something. I can't believe it.
Yeah.
I cannot believe my eyes that
Yeah.
people are managers. And, well, I don't want to have to tell nobody this. I'm scared they're going to say, wait a minute, you're the manager, though.
Mhm.
So many people are scared to hurt somebody's feelings or offend somebody or don't want them to think they mean, even with their own kids. Oh, but no, you're not. Excuse me, you run around in the store, hey, sweetheart. No, you can't do that, baby.
Yeah.
Somebody
Yeah.
might run into you and hurt themselves or hurt
Mhm.
you. And we got the lawsuit. Mommy, excuse me. Hey, the baby can't run around the store like that, ma'am.
Mhm. Mhm.
Because so many people are allowed, just like the young lady, like I said, the reason why she got away with it, because ain't nobody, we steady talking to people thinking that they know, but extreme circumstances in extreme households, like that baby Rico talking about, that mama ain't never told her
That's
to
right.
get down off that box.
That's right.
Nobody has ever told you or directed you to do something. So
Mhm.
when you come in my presence and I see you doing something, I'm going to be more than happy to manage, assist, and direct. So you're going to know around here now. You go out those, I don't know what you're going to do. But when you come around here, I'm going to be auntie, sister, mama, grandma, or whoever else you want me to be.
Mhm. Exactly. Exactly. Rico, how do you do it, brother? How do you correct an individual, man? Well, you know, if you know him or you don't know him, you out and you see something, you say, man, hold on. Do you go up to him, or do you just sit back and watch and see what the results gonna be?
Well, it depends. I mean, first off, it depends on if they're intentionally trying to be out of order. Because if they're intentionally trying to be out of order, then what you're saying ain't going to mean nothing.
Yeah.
They already made up their mind that they want to act the fool.
Mm-hmm.
And so it might actually frustrate you and tick you off to see them act like this. So if you go and try to correct them, it might be a problem because you the right one. This is what they came out here for today.
Mm-hmm.
They was lit.
Mm-hmm.
So then on the other end of it, I think about the fact that I would have to definitely approach them. So I would have to approach them if it was unintentional. They just didn't know any better. I would approach them the way I would want somebody to approach me.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you see people doing things and they look at it like it's fun. And I'm sitting there looking like y'all laughing and grinning like that mama was about the baby bouncing on the box.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, now if that baby fall and choke on that chuck and she can't get that chuck out, this video gonna go viral for the wrong reason. It ain't gonna go viral because she laughing. It's gonna go viral because she crying.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I do because I know how people can get offended, especially when they grown. You have to let them know the extreme consequences, dangers, and hazards that can occur from that action, because they might not realize it. They might just be in that moment being simple-minded.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have to let them know, okay, you know what? I'm gonna tell you what you're gonna do. You keep on having your daughter pull your slack. Then when you ain't around, she's gonna do all the other things she see you do as a grown woman because you already letting her act grown and talk grown and do everything you supposed to be doing as the leader.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna let them know the consequences behind that behavior. Some people, well, why you think so negative? Why you think so extreme? Because it happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many people right now crying because they were doing something they thought was fun, then all of a sudden now they're at funeral?
Wow.
So I let them know, you know what I'm saying, the way that I would want them to approach me.
Mm-hmm.
But if they intentionally want to be seen and act a fool and they looking to make somebody part of their show, then I'm gonna sit back and just watch them be their own show. I'm gonna watch the circus.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't know what they're doing, they don't realize it, and I know there's a potential for hazard, I'm gonna approach them and I'm gonna assist them. Hey man, I don't know if you really, want me to help you or not, but I used to do this job. I'm gonna tell you, be careful. That machine will shut down on you. Such and such got killed in there. Oh, I didn't know nobody got killed on this job. Yeah, man, be careful. Don't get too comfortable.
Yeah, exactly.
Man, I appreciate that. So it's about how you approach them. You know what I'm saying? It's levels to it, but it's really about how you approach them, and you reading them and then understanding too that you need to approach them the same way you would want to be approached if you didn't know any better. And if you one of those type of people like to go out there and act a fool and you ready to make a scene, you can look at that person and tell if they doing the same thing, and you're gonna say, well, you know what, I'm gonna fall back on this one.
Some came to my mind while you was talking, Rico. I used to work when I lived in Columbia, South Carolina. When I first moved back from Hawaii, I lived in Columbia, South Carolina, and I worked for Asplin Tree Company, and then I went over to Davy Tree Company because they paid a little more. And I started out, as a groundsman. Start off as a ground, just cut. When they cut the trees down and stuff like that, you had to feed them and clean up and feed them into the chipper. And they used to always say, man, be careful with that chipper, man. Be careful with that chipper. Because that sucker, man, the way it sucked them trees in there, man. If you ain't careful, if y'all know anything about the grinding machine, man, it'll suck you in there, man, and it ain't gonna stop. And unfortunately, man, a guy, he had on some loose clothing, and he was feeding the trees into that. It wasn't with me. I heard the story about it. He was talking about it, but he was feeding stuff in there, man, and somehow the tree wrapped around his clothes, or his shirt got tangled in there, and he threw it. He was putting that tree in the chipper, and it sucks it in. Unfortunately, man. Unfortunately, I'll leave it right there. Anybody else have anything they want to say? So I tell that story just to let you know, Rico is absolutely right, man. You got to be real careful on these jobs and stuff like that, man. Be careful, because it could work out in a way that you don't want it to. Badger, what's on your heart?
Somebody actually might be trying to keep you from wearing the wrong type of clothes in a certain neighborhood.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to come somewhere as a tourist and leave somewhere as a victim.
Exactly.
Go back home a victim.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Be careful with them colors, brother. Especially in certain cities you go to. Be real mindful of your colors. Badger, what's on your heart?
Oh, man, I remember those days.
Mm-hmm.
Now I can really care less.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
This topic is one that apparently I've been starting to have frequently. Because it goes into when does a person know better and when they don't?
Mm-hmm.
When is it appropriate to tell someone they're wrong, and how should I do it? And one of the big things that coming across is age as a determining factor of how they receive something.
Mm-hmm.
Their environment is another deciding factor. And there's so much that a person has to take into consideration. And the person that's working hard to teach the other person, one of the other things that I'm also guilty of from time to time is taking our own advice.
Mm-hmm.
Which can also send confusing signals. You're telling me to do this, but this is what you do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just sort of like how can you tell someone not to hate when they see you say hateful things?
Mm-hmm.
Or let's say, I don't know how many times I've been at a job where a manager tells you can't do something. They turn around and do it. They can because they're manager. And even if you go higher, they don't ever get punished.
Yeah.
What does that teach? So you can tell someone all day long, but if their environment is teaching them the opposite, it's going to boil down to the individual's capability to weigh what is right and wrong.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good. Toyota T, talk to me, sis.
Yeah, I was thinking last night when me and Rita was talking about how the devil aims for the kids first.
Mm-hmm.
The distractions are so real to make sure that they're not educated, they don't know how to act morally, because all these things are right, you know what I'm saying? Like, the way we act is what causes some people to act out, and I'm going to use bullying, for example, because we're talking about how we allow things to go on and we not check them and how they can turn into other things. I mean, make your children accountable. For instance, like, you don't fight your brothers and sisters. You don't pick and tease people, make them feel bad. That's not nice. You don't teach them the golden rule, treat people as you want to be treated. There's some people who don't mind being teased and picked on.
Mm-hmm.
That's just them. But if we don't teach them, they got the capability to not only go out there and mistreat someone else because they're not being taught accountability, but then that mistreated person is going to go out and mistreat someone else. And then we have this pandemic again of people who've done things and nobody said anything.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. Little things we look over. We as parents bully our kids.
Yep.
Don't even know it.
Mm-hmm.
Sit down. Shut up. Don't do this. Don't do that. What I say. Don't speak this, that. But you don't even understand. You're teaching them how to be complacent in a way, depending on, how aggressive you are. You can be teaching them to be complacent in certain situations. And if you don't give them enough, you could be teaching them to be bullyish in some situations and scenarios. And I don't think we really acknowledge that. I don't think we really acknowledge why Satan goes after the kids first.
Mm-hmm.
See, we all grown and dusty, honey. He can't do nothing with us, honey. Anything we do, he going to affect them kids. Because if he can affect the kids, he can change the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what we drop when we don't teach and train our kids up in the right way. I'm going to use another example. In Africa, they got 11, 9, 8-year-olds over there with machine guns ready to be murdered.
Yep.
You know that?
Mm-hmm.
But here we is in America, and we know that we got kids that fight. We know this, that, and the third. But we will not teach our 9, 10, 11-year-olds self-defense. Come on with the jokes. Why? How do you think a child feels out in this world? And again, most parents are oblivious to this. All parents think they're good parents, even the bad ones.
Mm-hmm.
Even the abusive ones. They feel like, I feed and clothe you. But okay, this child comes from a household. It's aggressive. The kid know it ain't right. The kid know it's dysfunctional, but hey, this is all I got. This is my parents.
Mm-hmm.
And they go out into this world with all these other dysfunctional folks, trying not to cuss. They don't know how to defend themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They haven't eaten enough. Just a multitude of things that they're probably not getting from dysfunctional environments that does not understand the purpose of accountability. Because if you don't have accountability when it comes to communicating, you show 9 times out of 10, you don't have the proper accountability skills when it comes to feeding, training, and doing anything else.
Come on.
But now you got this child out here in the world exposed to something that the parent didn't prepare them for. That's like the eagle not making sure them birds eat until they fly. We would call that mad if it was animals.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And we're doing the same thing as adults and do not acknowledge how severe, how important it is. It's not about, you getting tired. It's not about, I don't want to do the children like overdone. It's about making sure that them children have to be successful when they become older. Mm-hmm. And there's so many levels we drop the ball on. And that's why they're growing up bullies.
Yep.
Disrespectful, don't want to work. When they get to work, it's like, but I thought I did. But you're acting just like your mama. I can tell your mama acts the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Your mama acts the same way. You understand what I'm saying? And it's a repetitive cycle. And then because nobody checks each other, they wind up becoming adults with the same behaviors, them same mentalities, and then they have kids with the same behaviors and the same mentalities. That's why you can call me the Incredible Hulk, because when I get around ignorant, I turn green bust through walls and stuff. No, you're not going to do that. Not on my watch.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And so many people, they just don't have the fortitude, nor do they care in this day and age, Raheem. So the things that we're talking about, some of this is not about what we know. It's about what we don't care about anymore.
Exactly. Exactly. Willa, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem. Good morning, Morning Glow.
Good
morning. Good morning.
Good. We're asking a question. I want to hear your heart on this. How do you correct somebody if you go somewhere, if you know them or you don't know them, and you see that they're doing something wrong? Maybe it's an experience that you've had and had to learn from it. You see that they're doing something wrong. How do you step up to them and correct them, or do you even do it at all?
You know what, Raheem? This is just so funny that you saying that. Last night, we had an experience last night. It was my niece's baby shower. And if you don't know the history of my niece, then you wouldn't understand why some people didn't react to what happened yesterday. We went at a community center in Bolingbrook. That's a west suburb. And she was having her baby shower, and the man that owned the place, he came in and he shouted, "Flintstone, why are you here?" He really, it was so embarrassing. You know, it was a room full of nothing but black people, about 60 black people, and this one white man came in there screaming at our niece. Her mother was there, her father was there, and some of her siblings was there. But to cut a long story short, he did it the wrong way. He didn't handle the business the proper way. He hadn't paid all of her money. And if anybody know my niece, Crystal, we understand why. So just to put it into perspective, that's why some people didn't react. But her mother reacted. "Why are you hollering at my niece?" And blah, blah, blah. So this thing really could have got bad if certain siblings had showed up. I know this wasn't number God.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't. Everybody was trying to reason with this man, trying to tell him. But what happened, he had came from a family event and he had been drinking. So he didn't realize what he had did was wrong. So about 15 minutes later, this man said, "I am so sorry. I am so sorry." Because I kind of talked to the man and I made him understand that I realized that this was his place, but he still could have done it in a proper way. He could have done it a professional way. But he don't realize what he had done could have set off a lot of people up in there. But when you know that God put you in a certain place for a certain reason, you know it wasn't none but God. And I told that man he had stepped on some dynamite and he was lucky that it didn't go off.
Exactly.
Because there were some people in there that wanted to get him. But her mother, she wanted to hit him, and she's on a crutch. And the nieces and some of the cousins were saying, "Hit him, hit him, hit him," because that's all they needed was him for her to start it, and he would have been one hurt man leaving up out of that. You understand what I'm saying? So it's funny you brought this up, but it was corrected. The man came back, he apologized about 6 or 7 times. Now, some of the Christians in there accepted his apology, but there were some others that said, "We don't care about that," blah, blah, blah. They still wanted to fight. They still had that anger in them. They still wanted to get it. You see what I'm saying? But they didn't listen to the word. They didn't listen. So that's what happens, Raheem. The Bible says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. If you don't listen to someone who's giving you proper instructions on how to change a situation or how to make a situation different, you're going to allow that anger to overwhelm you and allow the enemy to take you where he wants to take you. You've got to hear the word. You've got to hear it. Because somebody's there going to be telling you the right thing. And that's what I wanted to say right here.
Good deal, good deal. And I'm glad it worked out the way it worked out. I'm glad you were there because I'm going to tell you something. That could have taken a left turn real quick. That could have taken a left turn real quick.
You just don't know.
You
know, you just don't know. Her mother called the ones that we know was going to be trouble. Thank God they was an hour away.
Yeah. And they gave you enough time to do what you needed to do defuse.
That's how come I know it wasn't nobody but God.
Defuse that situation.
You know it wasn't nobody but God.
Absolutely. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input. I saw something over the weekend. I shared it with my wife, and she said she had already seen it. Said it was crazy. Y'all might have seen it too. There was a young lady. Told you what the TV. There was a young lady. She was having a baby shower, pregnant. You can tell she was pregnant. Baby. There wasn't no baby bump. That baby was ready to come out. But she was having a baby shower, and she said she was in a facility. There's quite a few people that was there, and the DJ was on the mic talking. He gave her the microphone. Well, he gave I guess it was a boyfriend, a husband, whoever it was, the microphone. He was saying some things, and so she asked for the mic. She said, "Let me see the mic." And she got the mic, and she said this, and I want to know was she right, wrong, or how do you feel about it? She said, I see there's quite a few of y'all here, and some of y'all didn't bring no gift to the baby shower. So if you did not bring a gift to the baby shower, y'all can get up and leave.
Wow.
And she said, and then she said, y'all can get, and then I guess there was a boyfriend try to calm her down, and then she said, no, I know what I said, I meant what I said, and I stand by what I said. If you did not bring a gift, you need. Yeah, she said, if you didn't bring a gift, then these are family and friends. She said, if you didn't bring a gift, you can get up and leave. And the video showed people actually getting up, walking out the place. Now, Toya, was she right? Was she wrong? I mean, is the baby shower for you to come and celebrate with them, or should you bring a gift? There's a lot of different layers on this thing, but what do you see? What's on your heart?
Well, I know when I have events, I know who's going to bring a gift and I know who not. That's what it's about. How dare you? Listen. I don't work with some people who went in and who worked as a server because they didn't get tipped, and but they didn't get tipped. They went and asked the person, "Oh, you ain't tipped me? Why you ain't tipped me?" That's like doing the same thing.
Wow.
Selfish. You selfish son of a gun. You got issues when you do that. But don't nobody got it. Here we go again. That mama ain't teach you accountability. You just been getting stuff, and think you're just supposed to get stuff. And ain't nobody taught you. They didn't go like that. Whatever you get of someone else, that is a blessing because ain't nobody got to do that. That's your baby, not theirs. They got to do that. I don't love you. I'm loving you with constant. That means I'm loving you, and I got to bring you something for your baby. That's loving you with conditions. You kidding me?
And my wife said to you that she not even taking into account that these people took from their time to even be there to celebrate with her, and say pretty much the same thing. That's real selfish. She said it was real selfish of her to do that because these people came. At least they came.
That is selfish. Ain't nobody got to do that. Don't nobody have to do that. And you invited people, and they came out to spend time with you. And see, that's what I'm talking about in this day and age. We've lost value. We've lost value and what people are supposed to do with customers, with family. It's the same kind of transaction, a customer and a family member. People love you and give you things because they love you, and you make them feel good. It's like a tip. Yes, and some of us obligated, that's what we're supposed to do. But once upon a time, we used to go to parties, and you better not go to a party empty-handed. Now, people come to the party, and they leave with more than they went with at the party. We out of order. You're out of order, man. That's not right. You don't do that. I don't think that was right. But again, when you keep giving your kids like that, that's somebody's monster. Somebody created that monster. And that's somebody, when people try to tell them, hey, don't do that, that ain't the right thing to do. However they said it, mean or soft, they didn't listen. And they were determined to do what they want to raise up a monster like that. And then they both might be monsters because their parent might not even see anything wrong with that mentality. And that's okay. But that's a family member I would never deal with again.
Wow. And South G said that he's on a big app that we are utilizing in the morning as well. He said, yeah, right. But a gift would be appreciated in my mind. And I can agree with that. It will be appreciated, but do you chastise and belittle these people and disrespect these people? I think if they don't bring a gift, at least they're there. They came to celebrate with
Okay,
you.
how about this?
What if they don't have money?
So one of the people, what if it's like me, for instance, right? Maybe I don't get you no gift, but I'm the first one. I'm coming to pick up kids. I'm the one. Maybe I babysit a lot for you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe I do enough for you already.
Mm-hmm.
So when I come to this baby shower, I didn't help you even have this baby shower. You understand what I'm saying? So now because I didn't get you a gift, you know what I'm saying? I gave you a gift. I was there for you when you got pregnant. I took you to doctor's appointments. Let's throw that scenario in there. Let's not assume that the people that are there didn't do nothing, because it could be some hidden animosity, you know, and you invited people who you know not going to do nothing. I don't know, but either way it go, that's too much. You got to go into all that. That's too much. You don't do people like that.
Exactly. Badger, was she right? Was she wrong?
I think that's difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Because once again, that boils down to perception. You know, what is acceptable and what's not. Like you know, me teaching my kids when someone's talking on the phone, respect them.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always people out there that's doing things that, in our opinion, are disrespectful, not acceptable.
Mm-hmm.
And in those situations, you know, it's kind of wild when you find out why they're doing what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And it normally has to do with either something else involved, alcohol, drinking, whatever, or they mentally don't know better.
Mm-hmm.
They need someone to correct them.
Mm-hmm. Wow. 5-0.
So was she right or was she wrong? Because I still didn't hear you answer this question. What do you think? You think she did the right thing or she did the wrong thing? That's what I want to know.
Badger?
Was she right or she wrong? Explain it one more time.
Did she do the right thing? Was she right or was she wrong in what she did in her approach in asking those people to leave because they did not bring a gift? Was she right or wrong?
I'm not able to say yes or no.
Wow.
I don't walk in her shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what kind of mentality she had.
What? But you know about the situation.
Yeah. How do you feel if it was you?
Mm-hmm.
What's your opinion? If it was you and walking in your shoes and you had a baby shower and they came and it was your wife and she told them to leave because they didn't get no gift at the baby shower.
I'd sit down with my wife and ask her why.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
I'm not in charge of what another adult is doing or not. The best I can do is live by example, so that way they can make decisions based on what they think is right or wrong.
Good deal. Let's keep this thing moving.
To me, you got to be careful in these situations. And this is something that I see people do all the time. Why?
So we were just asking you just now. We weren't asking about everybody else. We were talking about that. We was asking about your opinion just now. And you still didn't answer the question. What did Badger think about that? Did Badger think that was the right thing to do or the wrong thing to do? And you went around the question.
And I gave an answer, but you want me to say yes or no.
You still don't know what Badger feels about that.
Mm-hmm. Hold on. Let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving, y'all, because I'm gonna read this right here. The guy on Southern G, he said, it's hard. That's a hard one because it is her baby shower. I guess things are expected, and it cut off right there. And baby show, it cut off right there. So I'm sure he's probably writing something else right now, but it cut him off. But he said it's hard. It's a hard one. But baby shower, and you're absolutely right. It is a baby. I guess things are expected. Yeah, you a lot of time at the baby shower you do expect gifts, but do you expect gifts at the expense where you're going to disrespect everybody that took their time to come and hang out with you? Or you're going to expect gifts to the point where you're going to stand in front of everybody and belittle? I think they belittle these people, saying if you did not bring a gift, y'all need to get up and leave. Get up and leave right now. Get up and leave. Y'all need to leave if you didn't bring a gift. My thing is, you can't pocket watch, and you never know what condition or situation that people are in. They may be trying to struggle to get 2 more cents to pay their light bill. And now you're expecting them to bring you a gift. They came. They came. They took time and they came. But, because of the fact that maybe they're not in a situation where they're able to buy something for you, are you going to treat them that way? Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
Man, really and truly, I don't care. I can't say whether she's right or wrong. I can't say that was rude, that was brash.
Mm-hmm.
It was sort of inconsiderate of their feelings, but
Very.
obviously she cared how they felt.
Mm-hmm.
So, I look at it like this, man. I looked at this. I saw that video. I saw it from the outside looking in. I was like, well, you know what, man? She spent a lot of money. So, looked to me like they might have been doing pretty good for themselves. So she could have been one of them uppity type family members that come from one of them. But she'd be like, well, I don't want to be like the rest of them. So, it was rude, man. But the thing is I put it this way. I've seen people come to funerals just to make plates. I've
Good
seen
Lord.
people bring food and then hide the food so they could take it back with them. And I thought that was so weird, but I noticed how they were moving around. I'm like, wait a minute, man, they're doing some weird stuff. And I realized, man, these jokers scamming and scheming on food. You have those people that come around and they just like to come just to see how much they could take from a situation. They ain't even there to celebrate you. So she probably knew some of these family members. Her mama had probably told her to invite them. Go on and invite them. No, I don't want them to come. Go on and invite them now. Don't be rude. So, okay, I'm going to invite them, but they already know. It was already stated to bring a gift. See, I'm assuming she had already stated that. Bring a gift. Like sometimes you have to bring a dish, and sometimes people won't participate. You know what I'm saying? And then they like to show up. Have you ever tried to plan a family reunion, and then all of a sudden people show up at the family reunion, but they didn't know nothing about it the whole year ahead of time when it was time to pay the dues, and you had a few of them that even complained about the $25 or $30 that you told them they need to pitch in. Over a year's time, they couldn't come up with $25 or $30, so they ain't coming, or they showing up and they acting like they didn't know. Well, y'all still ought to let me in. See, some people try to get over on you, so I'm assuming for her to go to that extreme, she must have one of those type of families, and she know her family, and they wanted her to be politically correct. But sometimes being the bigger person ain't good enough. Sometimes you have to let people see that you ain't playing with them no more because what they are doing is unacceptable. So I can't say whether she's right or wrong because I don't know exactly how her situation is with her family. But the way I looked at it like, well, you know what, man, that was rude, man. That was, that was real inconsiderate of their feelings.
But Rico,
she required them to bring gifts, and they didn't show up with them gifts. They shouldn't have came.
Exactly. But see, I'll come to you one second. Hold on one second. My thing is, and Rico, you say you saw the video as well. So she had no tact in how she did it, man. She just didn't care. She just put it out there. I meant what I said. Yeah, I was like, wow. She didn't care,
so
man.
Like I said, it's either one or two things. It's one or two things. Either she one of them little nasty broads that feel like she uppity and she just did it for the only reason she wanted the baby shower because she wanted the ulterior motive of the more people I invite, the more gifts I'm gonna get. Now maybe if she went with that intent, then that's messed up. And if she put it on the invite, bring a gift, and they didn't show up with a gift, then she meant like what they say. I said what I said. She said what she said.
And see,
we don't know if she had that on the invite or not, but that probably was a stipulation. If you come and bring a gift, don't bring your mouth.
Because I heard one of the people that's quote unquote, I guess, was supposed to be a part of the party said that it happened before. When people they just come and they just show up and blah blah blah, but they don't, and then they try to make a point to they don't understand the amount of money and time and everything. She had to buy the building, had to rent the building, had to buy the food, to do all these different things. Okay, that's a part of a baby shower. That's the responsibility that you took with the baby shower. But do you do that with an expectation? Do you do that with an expectation? That's where somebody wanted to say something just now. Exactly. No, I don't think so either.
I don't think you should, but if she did, they already knew ahead of time.
I think that was Toya. Toya, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, that was me. So either you don't know or you don't care, and this is where we don't know. we're talking about etiquette, and I am a guest.
Mm-hmm.
I am a guest. Guests are not expected or required to bring something. If we want to talk about tradition,
Even at a baby shower,
when you throw a shower,
even at a baby shower,
when you throw a shower,
mm-hmm.
when you throw a shower,
Mm-hmm.
a baby shower, we're talking about tradition. We're not talking about what we do.
Mm-hmm.
Because a guest is someone that you have invited.
Yes.
And they are not required to bring gifts. This is something that we do, just like Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
We give gifts because we want to show our appreciation, but that's not a requirement, and we got it twisted. A guest is someone that you invited.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And because we've gotten selfish and we took it out of portion, we don't know the right thing to do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And when a guest comes, you don't expect them to bring anything. And traditionally, when you throw a baby shower, the people are to leave with stuff. When you host a bachelorette party, your guests that you invited, they leave with stuff. The guests don't bring stuff to you.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And we are in a world now to where it's about me, 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 and we have gotten out of control, and we don't appreciate. That's not what a guest does.
Mm-hmm.
A guest is not required to bring gifts. That's a gesture that we do out of love, not an expectation. The fact that you took the time to come be with me. And when you spend your money with me, that's even greater. And we've gotten out of pocket out of the value of that in this system. The etiquette is that when you invite a guest over, they don't come bearing gifts. That is something that you provide. You are the host of this shower. As a matter of fact, you don't throw your own baby shower. Somebody else give it to you.
Yeah, supposedly. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? There's a specific etiquette that is really supposed to go that we do not follow, and you do not do that when you invite guests. That's the evil queen, evil bride. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do when you're just rude and unthoughtful of people's time and coming to spend time with you, just like you put money into that. People's time are valuable. You don't do that. The etiquette of that is what you do not do. And traditionally, it was wrong as well. That is not a custom.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
Real quick.
Yes, real quick. I gotta move on, but I got quite a few people on here. Go ahead, brother.
What if the guest? Let's say I invite you to a potluck, Raheem. And you tell me, hey, I'm gonna bring some steaks.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, I'm planning, knowing this is you're bringing something.
Mm-hmm.
So you're the one that's responsible for bringing the meat.
Okay.
Or bringing present or whatever. And then you show up and you go, well, something came up and I decided not to do it.
Wow, that's gonna leave a stink there. That's gonna really leave a stink there because my thing is
what's the proper etiquette?
Cuss them out. Cuss them out, but the Christian way and Christian cuss words, I rebuke you in the name of Jesus, and that's how you cuss them out. That's how a Christian cuss them out. I rebuke.
You're saying it's okay to rebuke if they didn't keep their word, but if they just would have not said anything, showed up and didn't bring nothing, then you're not allowed to say that.
My thing is this right here, man. Communication is very important in all situations. I make fun. I like having a good time, but communication is important. If for whatever reason, this event is going on, and you know that the people are expecting you to do a certain thing that you have already promised them that you was going to do. If for whatever reason you find that you can't do that in a timely manner, in a timely fashion, you call and you let them know. Look at here, man. I know I said I was going to blah blah blah. Unfortunately, this is coming blah blah blah. And you tell them what it is. This is what it is. I'm not gonna be able to do it, man. You might need to get somebody else to bring these steaks, man, because I'm not gonna be able to do it. And I don't want you to be or your event to be without what I'm supposed to bring because of the fact that I did not communicate with you. And so there's a right and a wrong way to do everything. And so if you know that you can't, then make that phone call or just go talk to the person in person. I would rather talk to them in person. Hey, man, look here, man. Let me speak to you for a second. And that's when you do that. But you don't wait till the day of. And these people expect you to come with a bag of steaks and you show up and you ain't got nothing. Ain't even got a hot dog. Come on, man. Where they do that at?
Well, let me ask a question. This question. Let me ask a question because this question probably everybody can answer this question. But going back to her situation as far as the woman in the baby shower. I sort of view that as if she put a request on now that everybody should bring a gift, because I've seen that before, where, you know, people invited you, but they requested that you bring a gift. If I ain't mistaken, they got a list, a registered list when you get wedding.
Yeah.
When you have weddings, these are what we want our gifts from, and this is, some people tell you exactly what they want.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so if she put that out there as a request, it may sort of be, I'm trying to think of the word. I'm going to say, I don't even want to say unacceptable, but it's different.
Mm-hmm.
If you put a request on that like that. But it sort of reminds me of going to certain restaurants and they got mandatory gratuity.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Have you ever been to a restaurant where you automatically had a tip put on there? You
Yep.
didn't even have to volunteer to do it. They just going to take it anyway. You're going to
Yep.
eat here,
Yep.
and you're going to pay this high dollar for this food, but on
Mhm.
top of it, you person to pay an extra 15% gratuity for whatever that
Exactly.
deal is.
Exactly.
I
Yep.
know ahead of time.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
And if I can't pay it, then I might need to go on and get up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering if that's, you know, I ain't saying that's what the mindset, but to me, it's almost the same thing. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, if she put the request on there for a gift, is she really wrong for saying it the way she said it because they didn't go along with her rules?
Well, I ain't gonna say she was wrong in saying it or voicing it, but you saw the videos. It's just like I did,
She was
man.
rude.
Yeah, she was very rude, and it's all about the delivery, man. Her delivery was terrible. It was terrible, man. It was absolutely terrible. Let me go to Navy. Navy, good morning. How you doing this morning?
It's a headless chicken Monday, but we all right. How y'all doing this morning?
Hey, doing good, sis. Doing good. I need to know what you think about this, man. Was she wrong? Was she rude? I mean, yes, she was rude. I can't even ask the question. Was she rude? But was she wrong in doing that and telling these people, her guests that came to hang out with her, that if you did not bring a gift to this baby shower, you need to get up and leave? Was she wrong?
Well, she was most definitely rude, without a question.
Mm-hmm.
But I agree with what everybody has said because, you know, we're kind of playing devil's advocate for the most part. We don't know what the invitation said. We don't know what happened prior. We don't know what type of person that she is. Would I have done that at my baby shower? Absolutely not. I agree. I 1,000% agree with Toya and the etiquette of what, you know, whenever you are doing a baby shower, bridal shower, all that good stuff, you coming to celebrate with me, that's the gift. Because 9 times out of 10, people are going to wait until after the baby is born to buy stuff anyway. You're going to get, I'm sorry.
No,
you're
you
going to
good.
get pampers and stuff. You're going to get all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel like if that was the case, then instead of waiting until these people come in and sit down and get comfortable, if that's the way that she was going to go about it, then she should have had somebody at the door and be like, well, no, don't even let them come in if that's the case. So, I mean, she was definitely rude. It's not something that I would do. It's not an etiquette that I would practice. And I don't know many people that would go about it that way. But, yeah, that was dicey. Like, what is the world coming to?
Exactly. Willa, what's on your heart, Willa? Was she wrong or was she right? Was she justified in doing that?
Well, I'm gonna play both sides of the coin.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's exactly what everybody else is saying. We don't know the history
Mm-hmm.
of this young lady.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just going to go back to what happened with us. See, the history of my niece, she went to a beauty shop, got her hair done, and didn't have a dime to pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
She went to a job where she got fired 3 times after they told her she was fired. So I know the history of my niece of not taking care of business and doing the right thing. We don't know the history of this young lady. If she's having a baby, certainly she's at an age where the people knew her that was coming to the baby shower, knew her attitude and how she was. Now, it doesn't take much for us to buy a baby gift. You can go to the dollar store and pick up a pair of Pampers for $1.25.
Mm-hmm.
But just like we talked before, how there are certain people that just like to use you. Now, she was certainly having a baby because she wanted to celebrate, because she expects gifts. That's her. That's her. She's not Willa, she's not Raheem, and she's not Toya or Rico. That's how she does things.
Mm-hmm.
And in this world, we do things according to the way we want to because we have that choice. Now, couldn't she have done it a better way? She certainly could have. But her feelings is just as valid as anybody else's.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the fact you say to us every day, Raheem, what's on your heart.
Yes.
If it's on my heart, Raheem, I got to say what's on my heart. I can't say what's on your heart because it's not yours. It's mine.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to look at it different ways because we're different. We're not the same. And if you know this kind of woman, then I would expect, because I got friends like her, to come with the gift because that's why they have certain things.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't take much to buy a gift. It doesn't. But there are some people who don't want to ever, they'll come, that haven't been even invited and show up. They don't even be invited and show up.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, she could have had somebody at the door. If they didn't have a gift, she could have did it that way. But it wasn't my baby shower.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't my celebration. It wasn't my birthday celebration. Because I certainly would have did it a different way.
Exactly.
And that's what's on my heart right here.
Badger, talk to me, brother.
I mean, I'm with Willa. And the more I'm understanding speaking from my heart, that's what I'm doing the best to do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not trying to pass judgment on someone that I don't even know. So much stuff on the internet is faked, or what's another word?
Staged.
What's to say that the person that was recording this video made phone calls to these people, knowing the way this woman is, and told them not to bring a present, just so they can get 1,000 likes or a million like video of her acting a fool. What happens if it's never like that? When you dig into the internet, you see people do that all the time. They stage people to look bad on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And yet we are on BKM Media. Some people condemning her actions, and they don't even know the whole situation.
Well, what we can do. Only thing we can do here, Badger, is look at the scenario for what we see, and it could very well be staged because there was a video that came out a couple of weeks ago that and it came out that it was staged, with the McDonald's and all that stuff. That they said that was staged, but we can't say. We can only take it for face value, and look at the video for what it is. And unless until somebody come out and say it was staged or it was not staged or whatever, that's the only thing we could go on. But my thing is, looking at her actions, looking at the actions that she did on that particular video. My thing was, she was rude and nasty, and I don't think that was a good look for her to do something like that. Now, should they, like Willa said, have somebody at the door say, if you don't have a gift, you can't come in? Maybe that would have been a better way. Now the people that don't have a gift could either do one or two things. They could go home or they could go get a gift and come back.
Yeah.
But my thing is to have them to come in, have them sit down amongst everybody else, and then you get up there in front of everybody and just make a statement like that. Now you're pointing everybody out. Yeah. What if I didn't want people to know that I didn't have a gift because I didn't have any money to get a gift at this particular time? Since I get you something later on when my money looking a little better. I get you something then. But I wanted to come out and be a part of this because you celebrate your baby shower, your baby shower, and I want to be a part of it. I want to be a part of this experience that you're having. Go ahead.
Because one of the things I was thinking about is a lot of times when we bring up these videos or things like that, it's always somebody doing something what can be viewed as negative or rude, or straight up evil. Where are the videos of it being done properly?
Hey, good news don't sell, brother. It's unfortunate, but good news don't sell. Toy, you want to see what's on your heart, sis?
Yeah, well, you know what? I'm mad now because I done went a bunch of places broke because I didn't have it at the time.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have it. Like right now, you telling me I can go to my niece baby shower. Let me tell you something. My niece is in New York, and this is one of the most challenging financial times for me. But I promise you, I will find enough to make my way up there and work my way back. But I might not be able to have no gift for her just then. And if I get there and I'm sitting at her baby shower, that I probably didn't do a couple of other things that just ain't got no physical gift. She telling me that I got to leave. Or what I've been through to get here. You know what I'm going through. I wanted to be here to be with you because my niece and nephew was coming. Very challenging time for me in my life. And when I get here, what you telling me is because I ain't got no gift for you, and then I got to go. Oh, trust me, I'm gone, and you ain't gonna see me no more. Don't want me for what I can do for you. Don't want me to be here to be with you and celebrate a life, my cousin or child or whomever who I love, and put no price or no gift on it. And if you can't get nothing from me, I got to leave. I am appalled. I am appalled right now that we even moving any further and think about, the gift. I like gifts too, but not before you. You are my gift. You are my gift. It ain't nothing in the world that you can get me in the world to replace you. And long as you are here with me, when my child is in my stomach, that is all I care about. You could have brought me an apple on a boo-boo stick. And I'm going to throw it out the way anyway. The child's going to throw it, pee in it, drink out of it, or whatever. You are my gift, and you are here with me. And when we get outside of thinking anything other than that, and get to thinking of something that's worldly, we are out of order. I'm sorry. I got to start being emotional like that.
But see, I understand where you're coming from, because I feel the same way as well, man. If I'm not in a situation, if financially I'm not in a situation and I can't, so you saying I can't come because I don't have money to buy you a gift? I can't come. Oh, okay.
And you know what? Let me put myself in that situation, man, because it could be solved so much easier. Now listen. If I'm in a situation where I do go out of my way and spend that kind of money to get somewhere, to enjoy that time with them, and I know me and this person got this type of relationship, and they happen to get up there and say something like that, number one, I know they ain't referring to me. But just in case, I'm going to sit there. And then when I get up there by them, I'm going to be like, look, man, I spent a whole lot of money getting up here. I barely made it here. I don't know if I'm going to make it back, but I ain't get you now. I'm going to get you something later on. You're going to accept it. Get out of line, and then watch me get loud. And talk about how low loud it is.
It don't have to be a lot, Rico. It could be a motor bus trip. It could be a $250 ride. It don't have to be $300 to New York. It could be, you know what I'm saying, a bus trip.
Let me finish. That ain't the point. The point is that I got that, and I'm letting them know I'm not leaving. Because it took a lot for me to get there. I'm with you on that. But what I'm saying is I ain't going to get offended. I'm going to sit there because I know me and her supposed to have this relationship. And I know how she is. But she ain't going to play that with me. And then I'm going to get up there in her ear and I'm going to tell her, I know you told all of them to leave, but I'm going to have to get you later on.
In other words,
you know what, I understand.
In other words,
get loud and get crunk, then I'm going to get loud and get crunk with her. And then that's when I'm going to put it in our place. You know what I'm saying? But before I get worked up like that, I'm already know, you know what I'm saying? Oh, she ain't mean to me. Because I just spent too much to get up and came out of my way.
Exactly.
So I'm going to get in their ear and let them know, you know what I'm saying? Because she might actually, the people that she's talking to, they might need that. Like I said, Willa said it, man, there's people that will show up intentionally just to make place and gobble up food and get up out of there. They ain't even there for you. And sometimes you know these people. You know them every time they come around. You just look at them over there, running plates. I went to a barbecue in June, May or June, and I seen somebody running back, man, the daddy, the son, and the mama came back and made about 4 plates apiece. We're ushering them back to the car, and they're coming back sitting down. I'm looking at them. I'm like, wow, this is unnecessary. Intentionally, just down a mooch and gobble up. So, I mean, you know, hey, maybe she's surrounded by that type of people, and she's thinking, you know what, yeah, I don't put out a light spread. Y'all eat all the lobster and crab legs and shrimp you want to, but to bring a gift.
Wow.
And like I said, if that's the way she set that up, hey, that's the way she set it up. It's just like when you go to a job. Sometimes you got to abide by the rules that they got in place, even though you don't like the rules. That was the rules you're going to go by to attend. They function.
Exactly. Let me do this. We got a couple of other people that called in. Let me jump on them as well. I'm gonna go to Cassandra. Cassandra, good morning. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, I'm asking a question, and it's from a video that I saw. And the young lady was having a baby shower, very pregnant, maybe about ready to come at any time. The DJ was talking, and then after the DJ, he gave the microphone to, I guess it was her boyfriend, her husband, whoever, baby's father, and he was talking, and then all of a sudden she said, she tapped him on to get the microphone. She got the microphone, and she said this. She said, I see, I'm paraphrasing a little bit here. I see there's quite a few people that's here, blah, blah, blah. But let me say this to you. If y'all did not bring a gift, if y'all didn't bring a gift to this baby shower, then y'all need to leave. If you didn't bring a gift, and then at that point, people started getting up and walking out the door. Cassandra, was she right? Was she wrong? Again, I can't ask was she rude, because to me that was very rude. But what do you take from that?
I think she could have done it differently. I don't know. If somebody comes to celebrate, you took the time to celebrate. I mean, you got to know the type of people you're around. And I heard several people say, it's according to your crowd. You should know your crowd.
Mm-hmm.
If people didn't really give me really didn't have it at the time. Because I went on places where I had to tell people, hey, when I get something, I'll give, I'll get you a gift or whatever. I'll give you a gift card.
Yeah.
But you want to be there to celebrate, whatever it is. But, everybody's different, but I would not just make that kind of announcement, period. That's just me.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's good. That's good. K with an E. What do you say to this, man? And good morning. How you doing this morning? Was she right? Was she wrong? How do you see this whole scenario?
Good morning. Good morning, everyone. She was wrong. She was unappreciative.
Mm-hmm.
She was very unappreciative, and because she could have missed a whole lot of blessings, because some people just give money. They don't buy gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So she could have missed a whole lot of blessings because she don't know what they had in store for her,
mm-hmm.
and that was rude.
Mm-hmm.
And when people feel like that, they should just start that off with the invitation.
Yeah. Wow. And see, that's what I say too. And it got a few more people. Let me go. Tucson, what do you say to this, brother? What's on your heart? Was she right? Was she wrong, man? Was she just nasty? What do you say?
You don't have to feel me. Right.
Okay, there was a young lady that was having a baby shower, and the DJ was on the microphone, had I guess the boyfriend and her in the front. He gave the microphone to the boyfriend, the husband, whoever he was, and he started talking to the crowd. She tapped him, got the microphone, said, "Look at here. I see a lot of y'all people. I'm paraphrasing. I see a lot of y'all are here, but some of y'all didn't bring no gifts. And if you did not bring a gift to this baby shower, you need to get up right now and leave." And then the boyfriend got the mic back, and she said, no. He tried to clean it up. He said, "No, I meant what I said." Pretty much, she said, "I meant what I said. I said what I meant, and I meant what I said. And I'm standing on that. If you did not bring a gift, you need to get up and start walking out the door right now." And and people started getting up, walking out the door. Now, was she right? Was she wrong? Was it just evil or mean and cruel? What do you get from that, Tucson?
You don't know what crowd you're in.
Mm-hmm.
How did people don't just show up. You have to invite them. I guess somebody did.
Mm-hmm.
So you got something, you don't know who that. You don't know your people.
Mm-hmm.
You invited them there. Somebody invited them there. Connected to you. That's your shower.
Mm-hmm.
So you dictate your surroundings. You can't blame nobody else.
Mm-hmm.
If they never would have been invited, not knowing that they should have brought a gift in the first place. If you didn't make that clear from the beginning.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So
we want to blame our drama on somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they do what they do, because people want to do what they do, then you want to, I don't know, and I can't say these young folks, I just don't understand people in general, because you got old folks like that too.
Yeah.
Y'all ain't You ain't brought nothing to the wedding. Get out. You invited him. Dummy.
Did you say dummy?
Which look right here in Tucson, which means brown are they're uneducated.
Wow. Let me go to Annette.
Okay.
Annette, good morning. How you doing this morning?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Annette, what are you hearing in this whole scenario?
Say that again?
What are you hearing in this whole scenario? What do you think about this? Was she right? Was she wrong? Was she justified in doing that?
No, she was not justified in doing that. I guess she thought that she could have the authority because it was her baby shower. But like someone said, that you don't know. Some people don't bring gifts; they bring money. But it's really a celebration. It's a celebration of life. It's a celebration to really come together. I went to a baby shower just this weekend. I mean, presents galore, food galore. But do you know that they did not care whether anybody brought anything or not? It was the fellowship that made the difference. So, you know, she's going to need a pastor or somebody to really sit down with her because, you know, if you're a mother and you're bringing forth a life, just imagine that life that you're bringing forward with that type of behavior. That type of behavior is not correct. You know, sometimes people could just bring you what they have, you know, and sometimes you might not have it. So just the fact of your presence meant a difference. And I think that, I won't say it's just young people, it's just people, period. And so I think that she needs a training, but when everybody got up and left, I think that was the best thing to do because that's embarrassing.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing to know that you don't have a gift, but you want to be there, you want to support, and because you don't have a gift, you have to leave. No, hey, you know, it's like the feet, let them keep on walking, the dust off your feet. No, don't call me 2 days later, you know, and say I'm sorry. Well, yeah, you can call me 2 days later and say I'm sorry, but then I'm going to have to give you, you know, a sermon to, you know, you don't bring a life into the world having that type of disdain for something that's physical. That really means nothing to your spiritual heritage at all.
Exactly. And it's so many different levels to this thing, man. There's so many different levels to this. I'm muting your line, and because you got some a little background noise coming, a little echo coming. But my thing is this right here. There's so many different levels on this thing, man. And I can't see, and somebody help me out, but I can't see, Cassandra, where the right is in that. I can't see it. Cassandra, help me see it. I don't see it.
You talking about her, what she said?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, there is no right in that. I just, and who was it that just said, you know, it's about people coming together to celebrate the life of your child that's coming into the world. You setting a horrible. I hope it was her hormones. Let's just pretend that it was her hormones raging out of control.
Cassandra,
because
Cassandra, let me say, and I'm glad you said it because I forgot about that part. So one of the guys said somebody is her hormone, and she said no, it ain't got nothing to do with no hormone. It ain't no hormones. If y'all didn't bring no gift, y'all need to leave. So that I forgot about that part. I forgot about she did.
Yeah,
they did say that.
Yeah. No, but you know what? I would have, as a guest there, I would have left. Even if I had brought a gift, I would have left because her whole attitude is just not right. That's just my thought. I think that is the worst thing that she could have done. Because you're embarrassing people. You know, why would you do that? And you don't know. People do give gifts, you know, later or do a gift card or something later. But you just telling people to leave because they don't have a gift?
Yeah.
Come on now.
It's crazy.
What about some of your friends that may just not have had it, period? They couldn't give a gift, but they wanted to be there to support you. What about that? What about those people?
Yep.
I don't know.
And what if somebody made great sacrifice just to make it to the place, to the location? They don't have any money to get a gift, but they made great sacrifice just to get there.
Absolutely.
And now you're gonna kick them out Wow. Leonard, good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning, Raheem, in the Morning Glow family.
You've been listening to us. I need to catch up to speed. What we're talking about?
No, I just called in. What's going on?
Okay. Well, the young lady, she had a baby shower, and they video. She had a baby shower, and the DJ was talking at first. Then he passed the mic to the boyfriend, husband, and he was thanking everybody for coming, blah blah blah. And she tapped him on the shoulder, tapped the boyfriend, husband on the shoulder, and she said, "Look here, there's quite a few people here. I'm paraphrasing, quite a few people here, but I noticed some of y'all did not bring a gift." And she said, "If you did not bring a gift to my baby shower, you need to get up right now and leave." And then the guy, the boyfriend tried to clean it up. He said his hormones, blah, blah, blah. She got the mic. She said, "No, it ain't got nothing to do with no hormones. If you didn't bring a gift, you need to get up and leave right now. If you did not bring a gift, you need to get up and leave." And it showed people actually getting up, walking out the place. Was she right? Was she wrong? Or was that just totally nasty?
Well, she was rude. And I would have left too if I didn't bring no gift.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I would never probably attend any of her events ever again.
Mm-hmm.
She wouldn't even be somebody I would even call again.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
If she's that type of person. And she probably was that type of person before this.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know how some people are just that way.
Yeah.
Because, and a lot of people would love to go to a baby shower for a good reason. If you've noticed, some things are getting, I don't even know the word for it, Raheem. It's just out of order, I believe, when it comes to certain things.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Especially with folks' behavior.
Yeah.
Like, say, for instance, if you got up and said something like that, you just didn't become that person overnight.
Mm-hmm. It's been
or
there.
Or you know how this fake reality TV type situation, I would say, you see a lot of people acting like those people as well.
Mm-hmm.
So a person is not going to change like that overnight. I don't think so anyway.
No, I don't think so either. It's been something that's been there for a long time. But the level of disrespect in that, man, is just crazy. Toy, you want to talk to me, sis?
Yeah, hey, it is your own life, right? We all got choices to be and act however we want to be. But this reminds me of a time I had a family reunion. And, same scenario, X amount of dollars for you and your family. Tell me how many your family going to be, so we don't cook. T-shirts, if you want one, get it or don't get it. But at any rate, I was so stubborn, but I didn't peep it. God wanted let's get a couple of X T-shirts. You know what I'm saying? That's how it worked out. And even with the food, there was an overabundance of food. You know what I'm saying? But then people started to come that didn't follow the request.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't bring anything. They wasn't on the list. They didn't say anything. And I remember being a little tyrant, because I can be a little tyrant. I'm one of the most aggressive people on here.
No.
I was a little tyrant. But when I look back at it, and I dealt with the Lord, that was wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do people like that.
Yeah.
You don't do people like that. I had lost sight of what the true treasures is on this earth. It wasn't about the food. First of all, you don't never do nothing about food. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
And for two, you had extra. Why are you trying to make $1 off of it? That ain't what it is. Because then when people begin to leave this world and die, you sit back and think about opportunities you never got back because you run around and act like a little butthole.
Mm-hmm.
You don't do that. And when you got little kids and you don't teach them, hey, listen, people can share if they want to share. If they don't want to share, you don't have to get everything you ask for, things of that nature. That teaches them, and they know these things. And when you teach them, hey, if you don't share consequences, you can hurt people's feelings. And if you don't care about people's feelings getting hurt, you just never can tell. You just never know where God is. And God is in everybody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You blocking blessings, you blocking future opportunities because you know what, sis? I probably didn't get you a gift right now, but as soon as I'm in transition on this new job, when I get this new job that just blessed me with $100,000, I might come buy you a whole new house. You just blew that.
Mm-hmm.
You just blew that because I'm in transition because you're busy thinking about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And when I think back, listen, I have keys that come over. I know how we know how our people is though. But anyway, the cane didn't have nothing, and they had shirts that said CSI, can't stand idiots. But I still was cordial.
Mm-hmm.
I still was cordial, and they wound up still eating, and they wound up still getting some T-shirts because what I gonna do with it anyway? Throw it in the trash when I'm running around here being a tyrant, being ignorant, being boastful or whatever it was. Did I tell you that there was a possession of the devil in me back then? Did I tell you that? And then when the Lord started to work on me and deliver me, that's where I know them things came from. And forgive them for they know not what they do. Because I didn't know I was wrong. I didn't act like that because I spent a lot of money. Or I did a lot of this, and I want everybody to pay a price. That's what it's about. Come, eat, and be merry. I'm going to be all right. God's going to come take care of me. That's right, family. You ain't got it. I'm going to get some anyway. Homeless folks, y'all come get some too. That's supposed to be the mentality we have with abundance, not holding on to everything like crabs, no one letting us go, oh my gosh, I'm going to do more than the other person.
Mm-hmm.
That is not a good mentality, and it's not a good sign of unity. And just listen to this right here, because I don't have no gift. Let me know now. Let's go on my application. If I don't get you no gift on Christmas, birthday, or holidays, you going to be mad at me, tell me to leave? Let me know now. I'll forever hold your peace.
Wow. Willow, what's on your heart, sis?
So I'm here with my cousins, and we were all discussing what you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, they do agree that she was wrong. She was very rude in the way she did what she did.
Mm-hmm.
And she was, yeah. So I think that from that point on, the people that didn't bring the gift, and some was even saying, I would have got up and took my gift and took it back.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that. But I just think that she learned something from that point on. Hopefully she did learn something from there. And you just don't treat people like that. You don't invite me somewhere and then get up and like that. Yeah. But she, like you said, Raheem, it's just the way she probably had been brought up or wasn't brought up the right way. But anyway, I think that a lesson was probably learned from that. That's what's on my heart.
Absolutely. Navy, talk to me, sis.
Yeah, I don't know if I have any more to add other than what everybody else has.
What you would have did? What, Navy, if you was there, Navy, if you was there, and even if you bought a gift, what would you do? Because I just heard, and I saw other people say on the comment, they would have got up. Even if they bought a gift, they would have got up, got their gift, and left. What would you have done? You sitting in there, you sitting right there. What would you have done?
Yeah, I would have got up as well, and I would have took my gift, and I would have had some choice words for her. Because if this is one of my family members, I know that you wasn't raised that way. And if this is one of my family members, or even if you're just a friend, and I know the type of person that you are, and you're going to exhibit piss poor behavior like that for whatever reason, then, like, nah, I got to have words with you. Because at this point, and people may feel like that's disrespectful for somebody to, like, advocate on behalf of somebody else at someone else's event, but at this point, you disrespected me and everybody else in here to reduce us down to a dollar sign and a gift. Because never mind the fact as to how we may have poured into you prior to and leading up to this, and how we were willing to pour into you and the baby after this. Like, you ruined your moment. So at that point, I feel like all gloves are off. So I can just really tell you how piss poor of a behavior that you just exhibited in. And I'm going to take my gift, and I'm going to give my mama. And at this point, I feel like that you have just planted a seed. And because we got to think about this. How many family members have done something similar to that, or how many times have people done something similar to that, and we never forgot about it, and we hesitate every time they have something, and they invite us there because of that behavior. So now I got hesitation.
Now, Navy, let me ask you a question. You ain't got to answer this question if you don't want to, all right? But back in the day, Navy, did you used to fight a lot? Don't answer.
That was within my household. not anywhere else. I'm a calm, cool, person until you push that right button.
Oh, okay. Cause you sound like you about to turn over some tables in the baby shower and all kind of things. I'm gonna get my gift and get my mama, and we like, oh yeah. I just had to ask that question. Rico, what's on your heart, brother?
I wonder how many of us on here actually know somebody with some real messed up ways. But we still cool with them. And they would say, well, you know, that's just how they is, but they don't do me like that.
Yeah.
Or I know how to handle them.
Mm-hmm.
But do you ever correct them or check them? Or do you just let them be? That's who they is, and they grown. That's my friend, but yeah, they got funny way, man. You hear it so many times. You know what I'm saying? So I think about that situation. And somebody knew that she had to be like that already.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow everybody enabled her, and they let it slide, so she felt comfortable doing that. They didn't even correct her on the spot. I said, like Neighbor said, if it had been me and I was one of them family members, well, maybe they like that with everybody else, but they don't get away with that with me.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe I'm going to give a chance to get in their ear and let them know, you know what, man, that was nasty the way you did that. Oh, by the way, I didn't bring nothing neither. I don't care what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, I don't play that. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, but some people don't like to correct others. So, I mean, you know, she definitely needed correction. Advising on how to better, you know, how to have better done that. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, you know, it was very rude. I don't know if I would have got up and left if I had a gift. But I sure would have told them, oh, man, yeah, that was wrong that you did that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then she might come back and tell me the reason why she did it. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you know, it might not be a justifiable reason to me. She might be, you know, like, hey, it was my part and I will cry if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
That type of mindset. But it's definitely a sign of entitlement, you know, that came out of that. That rudeness is definitely going to be something that comes up again. You know, because she couldn't do it a better way. That was a better way to do that.
See, and it
definitely
seemed,
a better way to do that.
And it seemed like somebody that's a part of that party, man, could have went up to her. And look, hold on. Let me talk to you for a second. Let me speak to you for a second. And pulled her to the side, man. Said, what are you doing?
Should have been the man. The baby daddy should have been the one that had that kind of power.
What are you doing? No, we're not gonna do that like that. No. DJ, play some music. Come here. You know what I mean? And pulled her to the side and said, look here, no, we're not gonna treat these people like that. We're not gonna do that. That's what we ain't gonna do.
But you know what I think of though, Raheem, man? It's the fact of the way society is set up now. Like sometimes we have conversations about the needy and people not giving people things. Now, you know, we were talking earlier about overcompensating, you know what I'm saying, getting over trauma. So maybe she has a thing about not having, and all of a sudden when she started having, she was stingy and didn't believe in giving. Now, we were actually talking about this last week. She might believe in not giving nobody a lift, or giving nobody anything for free. So if she's really capitalistic and all about her money and success and this and that, she might be thinking, well, yeah, I'm going to spend some good money, but they ain't going to come up here and eat all this fine food and not bring nothing. So you can have a capitalistic mindset and always try to find out what you're going to get out the other end of it and not actually do it for the right reason. So maybe, like I said, maybe she had an ulterior motive of making sure that even though she was going to put all this out here, I'm going to have an expectation that I'm going to get this and that back. Because I really don't want to be putting all this out here and don't get nothing out of it. So I mean, we got to remember, man, when some people really do like to possess and own things, they really do believe in capitalism. Like we say it all the time, and nobody giving nobody nothing for free.
Wow.
So he went in there with the wrong mindset. He wasn't trying to give nobody nothing for free.
Exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Tell us, was she right? Was she wrong? Was she justified? It's her baby shower. Does she have the right, because it's her baby shower, to treat people in this way? I say no. But Joseph, what's on your heart? Badger, coming to you next. Joseph, what's on your heart, brother? Was she right? Was she wrong?
Hey, good morning, Sam.
Good morning, sir. How are you doing this morning?
I think it's wrong for her to treat the guests that way, but I think in the long run, she will alienate some good people who, might be there for her down the road. Because, like the sister said, you don't know what a person is going through. They might not have it at that time, but that don't mean they don't have the love for you and want to, come support you. If she see her as just coming to eat up the buffalo wings and and the cake and everything, maybe that's a bad way to look at it. But you know, I'm seeing a lot of mean spiritedness, man, even driving down the highway. So I try to limit my engagement, you know, especially when I know people are high drama, you know. Yeah, I try to just avoid certain, you know, situations and people. I always try to take a gift with me wherever I go to, you know, to whatever event I go to, because, you know, just as a gesture of kindness.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I figure kindness can be contagious. So if I spread it, then, you know, who knows, it might catch on to somebody else, you know. But I don't know what she was going through or what she's been going through. Maybe she's been surrounded herself with some toxic people or something, and you know, and then she just projects that on everybody. But yeah, I wouldn't get upset if somebody came to my birthday party or something like that and didn't bring a gift. I'd be glad to see my friends anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I make sure I buy enough and have enough for everyone, you know, and if we don't do nothing but laugh and talk and reminisce, that's a gift for me.
Absolutely.
Now, that may not be there.
And I just wonder, were there any, and I don't know, I didn't see this on the video at all, but I just wonder, were there any people in that crowd when she was saying something like this that knows who she is and knows she acted a fool like that, sitting over there laughing like it was some kind of joke or something, like it was funny. Because I could probably see where, you know, some people that know her, because like Leonard said, man, she didn't wake up like that this morning. She'd been that way for a long time. So were the people over there, sitting over there in the corner somewhere, just skinning and grinning and laughing at this whole thing of foolishness. Badger, what's on your heart, brother? Curtis, coming to you next.
You know, and that's one of the points I was trying to make. Is she primarily surrounded with people that are more material oriented versus the gift of someone's time to show up? You know, the gift of love doesn't always not have a money value. So once again, you know, the topic we started with this morning is what does that person know? If that's all they know, it's going to take someone to be that Navy or most as far as I go, a lot of times when I see somebody very materialistic, I don't waste my time. And if they ask me why don't I come or show up or things like that, I tell them you have an expectation to receive materials, and you don't really care about who's taking the time to come see you.
Wow.
So it's how many people are supporting that mentality and facilitating that mentality versus people that are standing against it.
Wow. Curtis, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hey, morning, bro. Morning. What's going on? Morning, Go family. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good, brother. Doing good. Did you hear the scenario? Because I definitely want to hear your heart on this.
Yeah. I was listening while I was getting dressed. I was listening to your Facebook post. I heard it. You know, man, Will Rogers said it best, man. When ignorance is on the move, it has no bounds. Right? What is shameful in this whole scenario is the fact that it has become a norm for us as a people, period. Black, white, candy, stripe. To accept rudeness and selfishness as the norm. You know, when I was growing up, being rude was not a norm. It wasn't cool to be rude.
No.
You know what I mean? When I was coming up, it was not cool to be selfish. I got friends who failed kindergarten because they were selfish. So it's almost, I don't want to say depressing, because I try not to take it to heart like that. But for the people, like, especially like the folks that's on this panel, a person like the young lady y'all talking about could be robbing the world of so many gifts.
Yep.
Because she's rude and selfish.
And nasty.
Because I'm in the mind with, nasty. I'm in the mind of Nady. Like, for one, people like that I don't rock with. So I probably wouldn't even have went to the baby shower at all. And if the old man was my homeboy, I probably would have cashed apped him some money and say, yo, look, man, that's for you and the baby shower. I can't make it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But had I gone, knowing my wife, had I gone, I would have looked over at my wife. My wife would have looked at me. She would have immediately made the beeline for the gift table. We would have had to talk about that. She'd have went straight to the gift table, grabbed our gift. I would have went straight to the door that let us in here and stood right at the door. And we'd have walked out.
Yeah.
If she would have said anything, my wife would have told her in Spanish and English, you got this life. I can't stay the rest.
Yeah.
And we'd have walked out.
Exactly.
If fans of us about it, you know what I mean? If I wanted to do something for now knowing me, because I'm connected, I probably would do for the child.
Yeah, and that was going to be my next question. That was going to be my next question, because if an individual were to take the gift back, you're not really hurting her directly, I guess, but you will be hurting the child directly, because the child will be without certain things or whatever that gift was.
No, I'm going to get my gift back. That's number one.
Well, that now she got it covered.
Lord
Jesus. Yeah, she better have it covered. That's number one. Number two, as that child get older, and I've done this personally, as the child get older, I'll do things for the child.
Yeah. Okay.
You know what I mean? Like, if okay, you bring the baby over you want me to babysit this weekend? Yeah. Okay, cool. Baby, come over. We might go to the mall, might buy some clothes, whatever. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do for that child. They connected to me. But I'm not gonna do for that child through her.
Yeah. That's good. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Like you said, man. First of all, I like how my man Kurt put it. If you know, if it's family, that's different. You know, like you say, because you have the opportunity to do for the child. But to me, I don't linger on things. So it's just about what you did then. That's going to get a reaction from me right then. Now, we're going to talk about it later. I'm going to tell you you're wrong. Oh, trust me. We having a conversation later. If it's family. Because, like I think someone else said, we don't treat one another like that.
Yeah.
So you know, but like I said, in this type of age, you have a lot of people seeking other things, because I've noticed, you know, baby showers now are so extravagant.
Yes, sir.
And things, everything. Now you got a new one. They got this new one, a gender reveal party. All these types of things that they have come up with. So, like someone like Toya said, you never know. I may not be able to bless you today, but don't kill that blessing tomorrow.
Yeah. Wow, that's good. That's
like
good.
I said, it just really, it's not that heavy an issue. It's just rude.
Very, very rude.
Yeah.
And that, what's on your heart, sis? And that? And that may have stepped away for a second, so we'll come back to her. Toussaint, talk to me, brother.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
Cassandra, get ready. Put your seatbelt on. Put your seatbelt on, Cassandra. Here we go.
No, wait a minute. I thought about her doing an observation,
Mm-hmm.
and she see people putting together to-go plates. And then bring nothing.
Lord, you trying to make a fight, cause a fight in that place now, Tucson. You trying to cause a fight. She already feels some kind of way.
I'm just trying to justify her action. Now I'm on her side. Now I'm on her side.
I don't know how you can do that.
You know how we will do. This is your third trip to the car, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Why you got that box? Why you got that box? What's in that box? What's in that box?
You got a to-go box with plates in it. And you taking the good food home with you. And you didn't even bring a gift. Y'all all get out of here. Get out. If you didn't bring, I'm just now on her side. I had to flip the switch. Because you know how we do now.
Yeah.
You ever went somewhere and you saw people, they at the fruit tray and they're getting fruit out with their hand. You got to get out of here.
Yeah. You gotta go. And don't nobody just want none of that after you don't put your hand all over in it. K with an E.
And you didn't even bring a gift. Get out. All of y'all get out.
and take them children with you. K with E. What's on your heart, sis?
I was just listening, but I'm with I can't say Navy. I think that was Navy said that, and everybody else. But she needed corrected. I would have corrected her right then and there. As soon as she got through saying that, with my gifts and all, being a friend, a relative, or whatever I may have been, just being me, I would have corrected her. I would have said, you wrong. I would have said, you don't know if these people had money to hand you or what. You don't say no stuff like that. Even if people with the gift go or to get up and leave. Like now you don't have anything. We thought you were sharing a moment with us, a joyous moment with us. And you got us here for money and gifts. You didn't get us here for love and friendship, gathering, unity. You got us here for money and gifts. I would have got up and said something, and I would have left the room. Just like she said it in front of everybody, I would have said that in front of everybody.
Wow. Cassandra, what's on your heart? We're going to get out of here in a minute or two, but what's on your heart, Cassandra? I mean, it's just an ugly situation. For her to get up there in front of all those people and call people out like that, man, and folks started getting up, walking out. They started getting up, walking out, maybe because they didn't have a gift, or maybe they were just frustrated with the situation, or maybe they just knew her and knew she was a nasty person. So talk to me, Cassandra. What's on your heart?
No, because I'm having flashbacks of my hood days, so I don't want to say no more. I just had some flashbacks. I said not. I will not respond. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Now, yeah, don't be throwing no cups to drink out of now. Don't be throwing that bull up there.
Sorry. You know, I don't know that Jello shot. Better not throw that Jello shot. I would go straight to the door.
I would know.
No, see.
It's just the human in you, Cassandra. It's okay.
See y'all want. See now y'all want to act up. Now y'all want to act up. Rico, bring them back together, brother. What's going on?
Well, I think the thing is her doing what she did. I think the good question would have been, if we had been in that situation, how would we have handled it? Because I heard different people say different ways they would have handled it. I mean, we could speculate all day long on why she did it, who she is, what she is, and to be honest with you, like I said, I have seen a lot of people just like to come to events and leave and take food. I mean, I mentioned that before Dawn came on, man. I seen somebody, a whole family of people just taking plate after plate after plate full of ribs to their car. And I mean, it wasn't nobody
paying attention, but it was a situation we shouldn't have ran out, and then it ran out. You're like, wait a minute, how all this food get gone?
Mm-hmm.
So you have people that like to take advantage, opportunistic people. And see, the thing is sometimes, you know, we in the past maybe we have put out and done events for the you know, just for the purpose of celebrating.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had other people came, they didn't even want to celebrate. They had an ulterior motive because they were being opportunistic. And see, that's what opportunistic people do.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? They have ulterior motives of why they come to things. And if it gets to a point where you start realizing, wait a minute, I thought these people was for me, but I'm starting to notice that every time they come around, they empty-handed, but they got more than everybody.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So, you know, that might have been the situation, you know what I'm saying? But me personally, I would have probably stayed. I probably would have left a little early. I probably would have kept my distance. And then if that was my friend, I would tell my friend. And next time he invite me to something, man, I think I'll pass. And if it gets to a point where he asks me why I don't come, they really would want me there, I tell them, look, man, I ain't like the way your wife got down with how she did that, man.
Mm-hmm.
She was quite rude. Yep. I don't like rude people like that, so I keep my distance.
Exactly.
If that had been a family member, hopefully I would be the one. Well, it ain't no hopefully to it. I would be the one that would go up and put a bug in their ear and let them know, you know what, that ain't cool.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I get what you're doing. I see them too. They the same ones always coming. And to be honest with you, I might have pat on my back, depending on who these people were.
Mm-hmm.
You know, hopefully she let it be known to those that she didn't intend for that message to be for, know that she wasn't meaning them. Maybe she had intentions of certain people to hear that message and know that it meant them, but she didn't want to call no names. Because I think she said that too. I don't want to call no names. I might be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But that might have been what the intention was. And so other people that already knew what she was going to do was already made aware. Now, you don't get up and leave. But if these jokers come up in here and I see this bunch, this little crew once again come in ready to run and throw a high in place, oh, I'm going to get them up out of here real fast. They think it's fixing to be sweet, but it ain't fixing to be sweet. They fixing to be embarrassed. So, I mean, you know, it depends, man. You know,
it's a lot.
I really can't judge it, but I know how I would have handled it if I had been invitee.
Exactly. I've seen the situation, and I'm not gonna call these people names. I'm not gonna put them on blast like that. But Joseph, I've seen situations, man, where I have to be real careful because I don't want the name to slip out. Where people have come to different events, and I've seen them go to 2 or 3 different events, and they bring something. And at the end of the event, it was some of what they have or what they bought is left. They take it back home with them. I was like, why you just don't leave it here? No, okay. But Joseph, I think that's don't want to use the term ghetto, but I think I don't think that's good. I think if you bring something to somebody's function, event or whatever, and it's something left over. So say if you bring ribs, if some ribs left over, leave them ribs there. Don't take them back home. Joseph, what do you say to that, brother? Joseph, you there? Joseph may be away from his phone for a second. And that I came to you earlier, sister. You may have been away from the phone. Are you there? Are you with us?
I'm listening.
Yes.
Good.
Do you? Annette?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. Do you think you should a person should take the stuff home if they bring some to you take some to you take some ribs, crab legs, whatever to an event. If there's some left over at the end of the function, are you gonna take those back home with you, or are you gonna leave them there?
No, I'm gonna leave them there. No, you don't. No, rule of thumb is you don't bring things back that you take. You don't bring things back that you take, even if you might want them. The thing is, you should have put some to the side before you took them. See, that's the way that you do things. That way that you don't have to do that. Every good chef always puts some to the side because they know that they're going to want to taste it. They already know that they're going to want to taste it. So no. When you take food to an event, you do not bring it back.
Exactly.
No, not if you brought it.
Hey, Raheem, I said ribs. You know everybody's gonna say that way about ribs, but what if it's fruit cake or potato salad with raisins?
Why you put raisins in that potato salad, man? Why, Rico? Rico, come on, man. We black folk, man. Come on, Rico. We won't put no.
What about the fruitcake? Can they take the fruitcake back with them and
Look,
leave the potato salad with the raisins, or can they take all that on back with them?
look, I'm gonna tell you something. The potato salad with the raisins, I'm trying to get rid of that, so I'm gonna leave that there, and definitely the fruitcake. I'm just trying to pass that fruitcake on to whoever want it. So I'm gonna leave it right there, brother. I'm not taking it back with me. There y'all go. Y'all good. Y'all good. As a matter of fact, y'all can re-gift it if you want to. Just don't give it back to me. That's how I see that, brother. I'm just saying I don't want it no way. And potato salad with, man, look here. If somebody come to a function that I'm having, and they bring some potato salad with some raisins in it, man, you can take that on, man, take that on back to your car, bro. Ain't nobody in this party gonna eat that, man. I don't want you to waste it. Take it on back to your car. I hope it's winter time so it'll stay cold till they get home. Because if it's the summertime, it's gonna go bad. Cause Sandra, what's on your heart?
Nothing. You know, I was thinking about
Making some potato salad with raisins.
Man, listen here now. Come on. Come on, I'm from South Carolina. We do not put raisins in our potato salad. Okay.
Okay. I'll just
But
check
no, I never take food back. In fact, I do a lot of functions, you know. Usually I don't even get to eat the food that I have there. I mean, people load up. I mean, at the end of the day. And I don't care, y'all. I mean, if we're doing something and there's food there, we don't care. Eat it all. But like Rico was saying, I don't think people should overdo it. But I don't care if you take an extra plate or your husband a plate home. Or, I don't care.
Exactly. Good deal. Willa, what's on your heart, sis? Talk to me.
Yeah, right here. Yeah, because we always bring to-go trays. We know our people.
Yeah, exactly.
We know our people, so we bring to-go trays. But hopefully, right here, you know, this has been a wonderful conversation. Hopefully, someone has learned something about the proper etiquette on how you do things. Because I'm sure all of us been in a situation where we needed to tell somebody that wasn't the right way to do it. You know what I'm saying, right here?
Yeah.
I always look at DKM as always has a solution as well as bringing a problem to the table. Thank you so much for a wonderful conversation, because my cousin and I, we just had a wonderful conversation about that this morning, and it was awesome. Thank you, Raheem. That's what's on my heart.
Hey, to God be the glory. Tell him I say hello.
Raheem, say hello, y'all. Say hello, Dorothy. They need Jesus. And it's another thing, Raheem. Isn't that funny how God just put all things together? Because we was at the baby shower last night, and that incident happened. And then I was able to say it this morning. So, you know, I believe that God orchestrates and plans all things.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Raheem, for following the Holy Spirit this morning.
Absolutely.
Amen.
To God be the glory. Absolutely. And I got to do a shout out real quick before we get out of here. We're going to go to Rico, let him tell him what's going on at 3 o'clock. But my mom is watching us this morning. And so I want to say a shout out to my mom. Love you, baby. Love you, baby. I tell the world that, and I ain't ashamed to tell them I love you, baby. So thank you for watching. I know, you know, early morning for you, but good to have you on here. And anytime you want to come back, Mama, you come on back and hang out with your baby boy. Rico, what's going on at 3 o'clock today?
If you missed today's broadcast and would like to hear us see the rebroadcast in its entirety, you can tune in at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on www.dkmmediagroup.com.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well,
Raheem.
She must not.
Raheem.
She must not be here. Let me say it again. Willow.
Raheem. Let's go. Let's go, Raheem.
Are you ready?
I am ready. I am so ready, Raheem.
Well, you know,
I am so ready to receive the word of God. Let's go, Raheem.
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say it like that. Let's go.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Father God in heaven, we thank you, Lord. We thank you, Lord. Father, we are approaching your throne this morning with a humble heart. Father, we thank you for allowing us to get up this morning to commune one to another, being on one accord in your word. Father, we thank you so much for giving us an opportunity to get our life right with you. Father, we know we don't deserve it sometimes. But we thank you, Lord, for your mercy, for your grace, Lord, even when we know we don't right thing. We thank you, Lord, that you love us unconditional, Lord. Father, we just honor and glorify you this morning and give you the praise. Father, we thank you for allowing the Holy Spirit to dwell in our lives. Father, touch each and every last one that's on this line. Father, we thank you for Raheem in the morning glow, Lord. Father, we thank you for all you do, ordering our steps, showing us the way, giving us wisdom, lining us up with your will. Father, we believe that you can do anything but fail us. We trust you, Lord, in a mighty way. We give you the praise this morning in Jesus' name. Amen, amen, and amen. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. It's been a great broadcast, y'all. I want to thank everybody for joining us. More than that, I want to thank you for allowing DK, your media group, and associates, and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:17. You're about to exit the Morning Glow, but before you know what? Hold on. We got 5 more minutes. Hold on. Let me see who can I go to. We got 5 more minutes before we get out of here. Before we make that complete 3-hour turn. Leonard, what's on your heart, brother?
Man, it was good to hear that we was talking about some etiquette stuff today, because it's definitely what it is. When we watching these videos, I'm assuming y'all seen that on the video or something.
Yes. I think it was on TikTok where I saw that.
Yeah. Right. And, we just try to, for us particularly, and I've seen something this weekend. Let's stop fighting everywhere we go.
Yes, sir.
You got to play. What? Why you fighting if you taking your kids to Chuck E. Cheese and all? Why you fight when you supposed to be taking your kids somewhere, or getting an attitude where you feel like you got to resort to violence? We got to stop, man. We got to stop doing that.
Exactly.
And that's one thing that my mind this weekend is some people who feel like they just got to set it off wherever they at.
It's good.
Stop doing that.
Stop doing it.
Running up on one another. You know how we do.
Exactly. See, one thing about it. See, in Kansas City, they don't fight over there in Kansas City, do they?
They don't do what? Hey, but guess what? They do what they do everywhere, Kansas City, everywhere. But y'all keep me lifted up in prayer, because I'm preparing to do barbecue. Like everybody has a barbecue but the homeless. So our homeless is having a barbecue, and I opened it up to the community all over to come out and get to know the homeless and adopt the homeless. What do you have to offer the homeless to help them have a better winter?
Exactly.
In Kansas City.
Exactly. And Cassandra, the event is tonight, right? Cassandra, are you there? Okay. Talk to me this.
Oh yeah, no. Good show as usual, man. What can I say? I think I'm kind of shocked you're going to 10:20, so a lot of people might have hung up and like forget it now. We only got 5 minutes left, but great show. And we probably need to do a show on etiquette, Raheem, for real. Like, we shouldn't be trying to check each other, especially if we in a relationship outside in the open and in front of folks. We say things behind closed doors. We need to probably start having these conversations so that way people know how to act in order instead of order.
Exactly. That's good. Joseph, what's on your heart, brother?
Oh, man, I just enjoy the show, man, and I just have nothing but respect for everybody's opinion, man, because we're all human beings.
Yes, sir.
We all got something to share, and we can all learn from each other. That's what's on my heart, brother.
There you go. Rico, talk to me. Rico, wake up and go to sleep. Wake up and go to sleep. Rico, you there?
Oh, all right. I was talking and had it on you. It's great. It's funny how the universe works, man. You know what I'm saying? We can have conversations away from this platform and then get on the platform and they all relate to what we were already talking about. Me and Toya had conversations last night talking about responsibility, and I made a post yesterday, man. You know what I'm saying? And it says it's time for black men to have a call for accountability, and that's a call for accountability about our standards,
our expectations amongst ourselves about our values, contributions, purpose, integrity, and impact in the human, black community, and the black family. And it's also time for black women to have that same call for accountability.
Amen.
And then we can come together and get this thing get back in order, because there is a standard and an expectation that we are falling far below.
And Leonard, we got to remember to put the seat down. We got to remember to put the seat down.
That's right.
What are you talking about, right?
You know how y'all women get mad when we lift the seat up there when we leave out the bathroom, don't put the seat back down. Y'all know y'all get mad. Y'all feel some kind of way.
We go use the bathroom in the dark and fall in that toilet with that cold water.
You know, you completely caught me off guard. I had no idea what you were talking about. I guess.
Y'all know y'all need to put that seat, look, when you get finished, put the seat back down. As a matter of fact, just close the whole lid, put the whole lid back down, all of that down. So when she go in there, she sit down, she gonna sit on the whole lid, and so she knows she gotta lift it back up.
Oh no, don't do that either in the dark. No.
And don't be lazy and not lift the seat up before you use it.
Exactly.
Lift it up and then put it back down.
Exactly.
Okay.
There's a solution to this thing.
Wow.
It really is. Simple fixes.
Yeah, we can do that. Look, lift it up, put the seat back down. Put the seat back down, walk on and wash your hands. I mean, you know, it's amazing. I go in the bathroom sometime in a public bathroom, and it's amazing how many people go in there and use the bathroom and don't even wash that. Look, I see you nasty.
Oh, tons of people. Tons of people do that. That's amazing. I can't. My hands be like, wash me.
Exactly. How you going?
That's real nasty.
Before and after.
Exactly.
I mean, I gotta watch time before and after.
Exactly. Man, come on, man. Y'all gonna, you know, you know you leaving out the bathroom. You know, when a restaurant you about to go out there to eat, right? You know you about to go eat.
What's crazy though and disgusting to me is to pull up to a restaurant and the cook is outside smoking a cigarette and he go in and go straight to the kitchen. Me and my friend got back in the car. We went in because we wanted to know where he going. He went straight to the kitchen. We turned around and got back in the car. I called corporate and reported it. Store number, da-da-da-da-da. She said, for real, Kay? I said, right here in the parking lot. I said, because we go here and eat too much.
Exactly.
To see him do that. I said, that ain't cool. I ain't coming no more. I was mad.
Exactly. Now we 2 minutes over, y'all. So we gave him 2 extra minutes and 30 some seconds. Look at God. Look at God. Look at God. Rico, you got nothing to say, brother.
Not today.
Somebody said my name. Yes.
Yeah. What is the deal with the time?
I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna deal with this thing from another angle. We both go 3 hours every day, from 7 to 10. Huh?
Well, it's 10:25 right here.
Yeah, we go. Yeah, we go get out of Nanico. It's been 3 hours. It's been a complete 3 hours. A complete 3 hours. Officially
3 hours. Not 2 hours and 45 minutes.
That's right. 3 hours. Leonard. Now, we ain't gonna go into details of why it's 10:25 and we just hit 3 hours. We're not gonna go into those details. That's another conversation. We'll have that conversation later. But we'll have that part of the conversation later. But I want to thank everybody for joining us this morning. And I want to thank you for allowing DK, your media group and associates, and the Morning Glow for being a part of your morning. It is now 10:25. You're about to exit the Morning Glow, but before you go, I want you to do me 2 favors, if you will. 1, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we're certain praying for each and every one of you. Number 2, why this is real simple. I want you to go out there, find somebody, and give them a hug, because you never know. It could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you could do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. And we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. Get an opportunity, give some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful Have a great day, and please, please, please be blessed. Serve each other. See you tomorrow. God say the same.